Oh, perfect. I got the intro. It's not like, it's not like the fanciest intro, but whenever a game does do an intro, I always feel bad when it scrolls by so quickly that like the game can't capture in time. It's nice to be able to show it, you know what I mean? Like I kind of get why games pause when you alt tab, because then it gives you a chance to capture the game for the moment to show the thing. I mean, obviously games aren't made for streamers, but you know what I mean? There's a game called Mold. Me when I play a game and I start to go on like a side rant for like 20 minutes about some like random topic that has no relation to the game. I don't know what this game is. I was recommended to it by a friend who said, "Hey, you'll like this. It's a fairly kind of like." They said it was kind of like a weird short horror game, and I was like, "Okay." I mean, I don't really know how short is your short versus my short, because he said Superior was short, and I'm like, "Buddy, I don't know how to tell you this. I can't possibly beat Chapter 6. Like there's no way yet. Okay, so maybe, just maybe." This is a little longer than I expected, but I kind of figured we should try this out because it seemed kind of cool. Because look, got like this like fake machine. It's actually kind of a weird aesthetic, actually. Again, I've always said this. This is a growing trend of games that are like primarily built around the idea of like a fake computer, which I always find funny because it's like, okay, like you have your fake PC. Oh fuck, that's sick. Like you have your fake PC. I'm sorry, this is a really good menu. Goodbye. Goodbye. That's an amazing menu, and it actually reacts the way that you would expect it to react when you do the whole when you push it in, and then just before you actually like turn it off. That's actually kind of sick. Unlimited FPS is kind of crazy though. My PC's gonna blow up. Toggle crouch. Oh boy, I don't even know what to expect here, but I was recommended this game, and honestly, it did seem cool too. So I was like, okay, I kind of want to play it. The thing about this aesthetic that like, always convinces me that it's kind of interesting to like play, and I never know if it's true or if I'm just being baited by the fact that it looks like this, right? Because what if it's actually not that interesting, and it's just the aesthetic itself is the thing that like draws me in? But so far, every game that I've played that has had this aesthetic has always been a good game, and I think there's a correlation because this is a lot of effort for very little return, and so if they're willing to do this to sell the feel of the game, then the rest of the game has to be a masterpiece, okay? Because there's no need for them to do this. They could have just done a basic UI and it would still feel great, but they went through all of this trouble because they wanted you to feel something. They wanted you to feel as if you're a part of the machine. Text buffer filled. Converting waveforms to text stream, it's in progress. You have taken it to calling it the White Rabbit signal. What? What I'm about to show you is the best recording we have. What is this language? Is it such a weird language? Just don't look directly at the screen. It's almost like a weird fake pseudo language. Can't really tell. Don't look directly at the screen. So if I look directly at the screen, is that bad? So somebody's showing... We discovered it after the Matryoshka incident. The what incident? Its frequency doesn't play nice with their instruments. Well, I mean, what's wrong about staring at it, though? All we know is that it's calling from deep below the earth. Chat, something's happening to me. And that it most likely isn't natural. If you keep looking at it, something's going on with my screen. Any contact with the signal seems to result in what? I looked at it for too long. Strange symptoms. Most report hearing voices of parents, siblings, or old friends. Wow, this is what they have lost. This is beautiful. A field of grass and wheat. Even stranger, those voices all repeat the same word. Dig. Dig? WASD shift, left sprint. Petro Kaminsky. Petro Kaminsky. Maybe I shouldn't have stared at it. If you don't stare at it, I wonder what happens. Would you still be teleported here? Because we were there, and also why was that person showing it to me, right? Who was I that they cared to show it to me? Why did it matter that I was supposed to be here? Like, why did anything? I'm still here. Because I'm Petro. I guess I go inside the hole. Petro Kaminsky. Find me. Wait, No, it's not me. It's somebody that I have to find. Someone who I used to know. Petro. What? That's sick. Oh, shit. Wait. That's a pretty good beat. If I had to listen to two of these things at the same time, I think it would go crazy. Also, the music playing implies that this is my sleeping music. It implies that like that's the music that I had to listen to as I slept. Can't really see anything. My eyes are still blurred. I've got glasses. That is an amazing. Wow. I've never seen that either. Like the actual representation of somebody who needs glasses to see things actually mattering within the context of like what you see, having to actually find them and like put them on in the morning, only being able to really see the lights and just the silhouette of things. And like the way that it draws your eyes naturally towards two different things. The music playing in your right ear, the alarm sounding in front of you, you turn off the alarm, then you turn your head right to find the music, only to find the lights. It draws your eyes towards it. Like everything about this game so far is framed as if it's a painting. Like everything is designed to draw your eyes towards something. The noises that you hear, the things that you see, the way it's placed around you. You definitely need headphones, but with them, it's almost natural the way that you want to listen to things, the way that you want to pay attention to what's going on, and the way that you almost can't help but draw your eyes away from it too. Because that shape on that monitor too was impossible to really draw my eyes away from. I was so curious to see what it looked like. And the effect that was going on, it was like I didn't want to look away. I was just curious to see what would happen. In the same way that it must have felt like in real life too, if this was a real thing. Victor, I've spoken to the committee again. I'm now Victor Kaminsky. They're prepared to pay off your debts in full, and they'll pull some strings so that you can be reinstated as a citizen again. They're still skeptical. They're still skeptical, but I believe they know as well that you're the best navigator still alive. This might be the last chance I'm able to give you. I know you'll make me proud. Given by Klepen Adamenko, Stranded Drilling Exploration Division. Got a little rat there. I've got a light switch. Inventory. I've got Svitnok Svatonic cigarettes. Crew issued comfort, always running low. What we picked up was actually a disc, or like a, well, whatever this thing is. It's almost like a floppy disk. That one has the image of a key on it. I wonder what that is. Do not leave in panel. What? Do not leave in panel. Is it because it's gonna break, or? How the fuck do I turn this radio off? This is the most mind-numbing song ever. Currently locked. Oh, you can open a lot of things. That's also kind of terrifying, the way that it opens. Ever so slightly terrifying, the way the things open. Ever so slightly terrifying. You can open a lot of things. Open this thing, open that thing. I have a hot plate by Vostok or something. Wait a minute, road to Vostok. Let's see, I have this thing. This is my alarm. That's already off. Turn the lights off, does anything change? No, but you are very much aware of, like, again, this is such a beautiful way of framing things, right? The light is applied to specifically the things that you care about. To your desk, your computer, your alarm, your light switch itself is illuminated. This is a genius concept, by the way, that we need to have in our real life. The game does a lot to draw your eyes to the most important things without getting you lost in this moment of cinematic quality. Like it wants to paint this picture, but it's like it does it in a way that you will never be lost in this picture. Like it does it in a way that ensures that the player gets the full effect without becoming frustrated. It's actually such a beautiful way of doing it, because it's somebody who is unafraid to put the player into a position to think about the world and think about how to interact with it. Who's unafraid of forcing the player to actually try to understand what's going on, and is not really willing to compromise on their vision, but is willing to do so in specific ways that still maintain that feeling. And again, the type of person who makes a fake operating system with a fake machine menu like that and pays attention to even that detail is somebody who cares about making a game like this in general. I want to go deeper down than anyone. D-E-E-P. Why is the R capitalized? Same with the N. I-T-D-R-D-T-H. 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 I-T-D-R-T-D-H. 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 Admin level permissions. Wait, that's pretty good. What's in this thing? Can I just like throw this away? What? Play it. Play it. Play it. Play it. Play it. Ah! What the fuck? Hello? Okay, that's weird. Alright, reading. Reading right permission granted. Reading. Unlocks dorm 04. Oh, it was a key to my door. I'm divorced! No! Age 43, employee ID 6359, drill vessel piloting. So I'm the pilot. I'm the navigator. I'm in the navigational course corrections. I'm also evaluating drilling intensity based on the environment. My citizenship is under review. I've got a criminal history too. Aw, man. It's one of these things, discrimination of somebody who has nothing else in. Still carries that factory smell. That's my... I'm gonna assume I should leave my door locked. So if I put this in, Navigator Kaminsky, do not leave in the panel. So don't leave the key inside the panel, because when you do, you'll be stuck here. There we go. So now it's locked. I'm gonna assume it's okay to lock it. Hello? Engineer Bodar Plogenic. Plodar. Administrator Stepan. Hey, Stepan Adamenko, the guy who wrote to me. Geologist. Hello? Hello? Oh, there's like, oh, it worked. 7 o'clock breakfast, 8 o'clock inspection for him. We all eat breakfast together, okay? We all have lunch together, and then we all sit for standby afterwards. I rest early. Everyone else is doing evaluation. That's interesting. What is evaluation? It's a door to nowhere. That's weird. Can I open this up and can I use this over here? Can I use it over here? No. Surely he won't mind me trying to open his room. I don't even know where my crewmates are. Breaking through to the strata future. To the future strata. This is very similar in many ways to the vibe of whatever that other game was, Signalis, in the way that like things were shown and demonstrated in terms of like the items around the world, the way it all looked, the way it felt like, the way that you could like look at things and it would tell you things. It's so fascinating how it's so similar in that way. This person, somebody's losing their teeth. What? That's really bad. That's actually not just teeth, that's also like muscle. That's like gums. Oh god. Okay. I know this is a horror game, but it's kind of like there's a million buttons to look at and I'm very interested. Ship atmosphere, stable, flow rate's good. O2 levels 21%, we're going to die. Reserves are 84%. Wait, this is just Iron Lung. November 9th, 1982. Why did it skip to the April? Look. April 11th, 1979. Why did it skip to that? It's weird. Money, like 7 months before. Why did it skip to that timeline? And also, what was the Matryoshka incident? Was it a real thing? Current depth 6 meters. Target depth 8. Target secure. Communications room. Why are the notes everywhere? Don't. Recreation room. These are going kind of crazy. Soviet posters for tomorrow. Rec room. So. Okay, that's Are we supposed? I don't think we're supposed to be leaking. If we're inside the drill, We're inside the drill. I don't think we should be leaking. That's a little scary. Communications room. Okay, there's a lot of messages. Wait, let me read this. Unread order available in terminal. Access communication system and review immediately. Okay. Why does my ceiling look like a floor? My ceiling looks like a floor in a hotel or something. Alright, so this thing needs a cassette. And then the cassette that it needs is probably not this one, but I'm curious what this does. It's a date. It's just a key type, so it's always going to be the same key type. Don't ever do this. If you do this to your PC, it's screaming in the pain. Ah, save me. Ah. Let's get the fuck out of me. Should close that door because I'm kind of scared. Everything's going crazy. Should these be really that sensitive? Like, I feel like if it's that sensitive, doesn't that mean that we're gonna die? White rabbit. White rabbit. Something about the white... What was the white rabbit thing again? I forgot about the white rabbit thing. But this was the original of how we died, right? The thing that we... Maybe Petra was the one who found it in the first place. White rabbit, crew, family archive strata. Now I forget what the white rabbit thing was. Again, he was talking to me, but I was so interested in whatever that thing was that I saw that I couldn't help myself. Strange. Use record and replay the precious few transmissions to reach these trembling depths. Trembling depths, sorry. Okay. Press the button to inscribe a message. Inscribe? No, I don't want to inscribe a message. I would like to read the message first, sorry. Oh, I see. I see. You use this to inscribe it from whatever from somewhere else. So it's like you use it to like get the message from somewhere else. It's not me recording it like I'm recording a vlog. Okay. Gotcha. That's what I thought it was. Why can I hide down here? This is weird. Why am I allowed to hide here? That's weird. What's this? Okay. M13, this is Maria, surface control. What is going on? I know the White Rabbit is disrupting most communications, but you've been at a standstill for over 12 hours now. Wait. Right, wasn't the White Rabbit the signal that we were getting? I hope this is just another Kaminsky issue, but you must get him back into the cockpit. Right now, you're far too off course for the autopilot to keep it without a navigator. There's also a gentle reminder that all chip systems are dependent on the power that is generated by the drill itself, including temperature control. Wait, what? Something is disrupting most communications, and we've been at a standstill for over 12 hours. If we don't move, we will die. Getting the drill moving again must be your absolute top priority, otherwise you'll be bored alive in a few hours. But now you have to divert power yourself by rerouting the fuse box on the wreck floor. I refuse to cancel this mission over one drunk. I'm a drunk? Too much is at stake. Remember, we're all depending on you. For tomorrow. They're all depending on me for tomorrow. So, okay. Something happens, and nobody woke me up. Nobody in my team woke me up. Why did nobody wake me up? Where is everyone, and why did nobody decide to try to wake me up for this very important mission? Because now we're doomed, and they were worried about this because they were worried about us dying. And it's like, you were far too off pilot for the navigator to go on without navigation. We're gonna die in a couple hours. Because the thing is, right? When this was sent, what time is it now? I have no clue. But I have a fake window. When that was sent, it must have been a few hours ago. Somebody must already, like, we must already be dead. Okay, just fair warning, I am a screamer. Oh. Fuck me. Fuck me. Fuck me. Fuck. Oh god. Oh god, I really don't like this. Okay, down the stairs we went. We're over here with the fuse. There's a kitchen directly right beside us. Dorms to rec room. Turn it on to number 2, 3, 4. Pump it. Ah! Rec is short for recommendation room. Oh, fuse installation. Insert the fuse in the sockets. Do not force insertion. Misalignment may cause shorting. Load calibration. Match the amount of fuses installed. We go to 1. Okay, press the button. Circuit activation. Press and hold the red until the indicator light turns solid green. Then phase alignment. Flip switches 1, 3, 6, and 7 into the upright position. Flip switches may be stiff. Apply steady pressure. Okay, 1, 3, 6, 7 must be up. Apply this until it's ready. Okay, 1, 3, 6, 7 must be up. 1, 3, 6, 7. Pull. Oh my god. Attention, vessels off course. Course correction is required. Yes, I know. Also, people are dying. I must have walked over his body just a moment ago. How did he die? They put their favorite TV show in there. My favorite TV show is my coworker dying. Why did my coworker die? Why do I have a thing for number 4? Because I can get down to the deck. Why did they die? Why is the deck at the bottom of this goddamn place? It's at the bottom? Why did you die? Why did you die? It's a geologist! How did he die? Okay. His back was mauled. His back was mauled by something. Something mauled his back. Chip is still reliable. The last line of defense holding the vessel together. Okay. Famous geologist makes a groundbreaking discovery. Signal discovered by Dr. Fritzenko. Is something trying to contact us from below? The frequency of the signal seems to change depending on the observer, Dr. Fritzenko says. In plain terms, it speaks in different ways depending on who's listening. Ever since the Matryoshka incident, most citizens at the SPRN have in some way or another experienced that thing. Okay. That's cool. Why did he die? There's darts. They were playing darts, very drunk. They failed. Why did he die? I'm not seeing any TV shows. This isn't good. I'm not seeing a single TV show. It's scary down here. The geologist is dead. Okay. Join us in the depth to become a geonaut strata. Dorms. Is there anything else? There's a letter. Nothing there. I can't open that. Darts over here. Playing card on the floor. What's in this room? What? Heating system cycling irregular. Not critical. Check ballast tanks again. Crew fatigue. Stay awake. EH12 KSP. Abort? Yes, no. This is a storage room. Got a lot of stuff in here. Got food. I have enough food that I'm not worried about dying. What? Source of massive blackouts discovered. Signal found by Dr. Fritzenko. Blackouts on the top floor, maybe? I guess. The beer is warm. That's bad. The beer is warm. We have no power. Why do we only have 1 fuse? Holy shit, you scared me. Yeah, today is November 9th, 1982. But sometimes the date upstairs changes to April 11th something. We're currently off course and I'm going very slowly, but I'm scared. I'm scared. What's in the storage room? Please tell me there are more fuse boxes, please. Thank you. Thank you. Now put this inside the deck. Dorms now have no power, but that's okay. So now there's 2. I need to hold this, calibrate 1, 3, 6, 7. Hold. We get a bit more power now. We have a bit more power now. It's looking kind of good. We have some more power now. Close this. Okay. I'm gonna be okay. I just need like a flashlight or something. Help me see through this god-awful mess. Keyboards here, green tanks. What mauled him? What killed him? This is my key. I have the key here. Put it in. Do it. Pop the key. Am I the only one with the key for this because I'm the navigator? Oh, fuck. 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 Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god, there's too many corners. Oh god. I don't want to be here. Engine? Okay, this is the room. Okay, hello? Anybody inside the office? Hello? No? Everyone dead? Okay, yeah, that's cool. I guess we're all dead now. Mission goals. Keep drilling until target depth is reached 8759. Locate signal source. Find out what happened to the previous expedition for tomorrow. Cockpit. Something stuck in vent. Tell Bowden. I do have a screwdriver, and there's a thing over here. 0.057541, 0.5678. Almost as if that's like a degree as where we should go. Strider, certificate of achievement, Stepan Adamenko, who was my leader. My boss, who's now dead. Emergency. 801-64188. 801-64188. Hello? Hello? You have reached the Stratter Emergency Service. Please state the nature of your emergency as well as your drilling vessels. Everyone's dead! What is that noise? Bowden has been losing teeth, which makes him even more unstable than usual. Other than that, the man seems to be keeping it together better than the rest of us. Speculating, it might be because he has a family waiting for him back home. What? Why is the family causing him to lose teeth? I don't get it. Why is the family causing him to lose teeth? That doesn't make any sense. Something to keep him going. Oh, as in like he's able to keep going because he has a family back home. I thought he was losing his teeth. This is the White Rabbit signal, okay? It's speaking to me. Victor, White Rabbit's sickness is harder than us all, but seems to be hitting Victor harder than most, which was me. Not surprising, sadly. The signal seems intent on digging up the parts of the past we'd prefer to forget. Victor was doing his best to forget even before the mission. Remarkable that he's still one of the nation's best navigators even when half drunk. I'm the alcoholic. Still giving him some extra attention. Need him to know that he's not alone. What? Stepan is a good man. Josip lives in his own little world as usual. He claims to be receiving instructions about the White Rabbit from a dead friend, which is never a good sign. Getting near impossible to communicate with him about anything other than the signal. As long as I've known him, he's always been obsessive about his work. This seems different. Perhaps he simply sees more than the rest of us. Stepan. His joints, so the person writing this, are acting up, eyesight seems to be deteriorating, and emptying the bladder is more difficult than I'm remembering it's ever been. What can be said? The White Rabbit seems to want to remind me of my age. She's there too, of course. She always is. Any other numbers I can call? Is there any other numbers that I can call? Hello, we have a major problem. We have a major problem and I need some help. Please, I need somebody on the line who can help us. Please, someone. Please? We're gonna die. We're so gonna die. Okay, well there's a PC on every floor. His cassettes are gone. Every single desk has a cassette rack, maybe. I don't know. I could leave my cassettes in here, actually. Is that a good choice? No, I shouldn't leave them inside here. It'd be an awful choice, because then I would lose them forever. Got an eraser. That's cool. I can somehow... I don't know why I'm able to interact with this. Like, it should have been like a raycast of like what's currently in front of it, but that's okay. That's fine. I'm not gonna... This game is overwhelmingly positive. They know what they're doing compared to me, so does it really matter what's going on? Right? Can I use a screwdriver on things? Can I just like stab things? I'm gonna keep this out because I need to stab things. Something's inside the vent in the cockpit. Okay. If I can't find a third fuse, the rec room has to be empty, and that's terrifying. Because I really don't want to walk through the rec room while it's... What the fuck is that? I need to stop swearing. What is making this noise? Turn it to the left to remove it. Turn this to the left to remove it. There's something here. There's something inside this. And I want it. What's in here? What's inside here? That's a fun mechanic. No, 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 ah! No, 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 no. Please stop. Please stop. No, please. I can't go back. I can't go back. Oh my god. 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 I didn't put power inside the cockpit. I didn't put power inside the cockpit. Oh my god. Why is there a tree inside here? Hello? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Ah! Someone's here. I don't know why I decided to go inside here. Oh my fucking god. What was that? Where am I? Where am I? Okay. I'm under a desk. I think I'm under a desk. Oh. Oh, thank God. An angel descended upon the earth and wiped every tear from their eyes. Throne 732. Yeah, that's weird. Oh. Insert key. Start engines. How about no? Let me think about this. Wakes the mole. Every navigating's reminder. I didn't even get to go inside the laboratory. Okay. Fuck it. I guess we're driving. God, the physicality of those buttons is so good. The physicality of those buttons is so good. Can I please put that thing back on? Please. Input coordinates. I don't want to be here anymore. Something here. It's like my boss. It's like your boss who knows that you're doing like head down time, so they don't want to bother you. But like they also want you to do your job, so they're trying to get you to do your job. But like they don't want to bother you with the heads down time, so they just kind of like knock on your door, scare the shit out of you, and just leave stuff in front of your door. Same type of thing. Okay. Pull this to activate that thing. There's a bunch of levers over here. Pull that. Ground density, drill speed. Depending on the ground density, you may need to go faster. Exceeding max speed, risk overheating or drill collapse. You gotta get closer. Waypoint set, yes. Left engine operational, yes. Right engine operational, yes. Drill's on standby. We have to go even closer to it. We have to also get more coordinates. Better coordinates. Okay, that's cool. I need to have a smoke. I need to light one up. I feel better. I feel much more calm now. Hey, gang. Okay, who was knocking on my door? Because I swear I was alone the entire time. I swear I was alone the entire time. I don't remember this room. What? Smoke more. Smoke more. I don't remember this room. It changed. Something changed. The room changed. The layout changed. Everything changed. Fix vent. Can I fix it now? Oh, fuck. Engine room is locked. This thing's locked. I need number 02 to open that room. Washroom had nothing inside because there's nothing really good here. Okay, well, fuck it. I guess we gotta go back into this new section of the game. Everything's changed. Yeah, it was a bit warm down there. Depth achieved 3,000 meters back in July 14th, 1954. Are these the old navigators? The Earth is not a foe. She's a challenge. Elena Morozova, depth achieved 4,287 meters, March 2nd. And Alexei Petrov. The deeper we go, the higher our nation stands. Depth achieved 4,700. Kaminsky, Depth Achieved 6000, January 5th, 1960. We are the best navigator by a long shot. What in the hell is this? Also, this is amazing. I love when games do this stuff where they sort of like change the map and the way that it moves as if to change your expectations of it. The way that the map changes to like fit whatever it is that the game wants to say is so fascinating to me, because it could just keep the map looking the exact same, but they decide to change it to sort of like break your expectations and make you feel unsettled because everything that you knew no longer exists. Nothing's real anymore. Nothing's the same. And to make it so that you go back in time to a classroom, things were happier. I miss this. When life was happier and safer. When I was just learning about propaganda, you know, my nation's propaganda, the brightest minds belong below and stuff. Guide a nation to the dark and list as a navigator. Back when life was just about doing what people told you to do, and not about doing what you had to do or like what you wanted to do, because what you wanted to do doesn't matter. A navigator's best friend records sonar ratings and transfers coordinate data to guide the mole. Nice. Good. Okay. Well, 1, record. 2, process data. 3, get coordinates. Professor Adamenko. Professor Adamenko? He was my professor? Stepan Adamenko was my professor. Okay, so we recorded, we processed the data, and then we get the coordinates to then drill further. Okay. Subtest drill vessel steering systems. Test code DVSS. Date 23 VI 1961, 30 minutes. Developed and administered on behalf of the government and the people of the SPRN. Do not churn this page until you're done. Copyright Sins. Sins? I've never sinned in my life. Oh, this is me. Make us proud, Victor. Good luck. Who writes this on my... Wait, who wrote this? Is it like... Wait! So you know how in like South Korea and in China, I was going to do this actually. I think maybe next week we'll do a stream where we try to take their hardest tests, right? They have this like testing course where it's like, okay, or like a testing, let's say gauntlet that you have to go through in order to choose your post-secondary score, right? I was thinking of doing it next week to see exactly how hard it was. Same with Japan too, because apparently if you do poorly, then you basically have no future. Like you go to a school that's like dog shit, and it's like, okay, well now your life is over. I was gonna do it at some point, but I kept holding it off because I didn't want to think. But now I'm in a thinking mood, so maybe we like do it next week or 2 weeks from now. But they should do this. They should let their friends like sign the paper to give them good luck. And then be like, okay, is there any way that like this is a cheating thing? No. Then in this case, these are all the things that your friends said to you. This is all the things that your family said to you, right? Because apparently, it is a countrywide affair that the police will stop traffic. Like everything stops so that the students can make the test, and no construction happens the night before so that students can go to sleep. Apparently, like a lot of things shut down just so students can get through school. Which is kind of a crazy thing to have happen, because I don't know how to say this. Nobody gives a fuck in North America if you don't get a good sleep. In North America, it doesn't matter that tomorrow is like exam week. The world keeps moving and people still have to make money for good or bad reasons. I know a lot of people who failed school because they did not get the right structure at home, because their family would on the one hand say your job is to go to school, and on the other they would have a party at 3 a.m. So it's like, one, it's kind of cool, but also two, it's also really painful and stressful. So there's bad things about it too, okay? But forget about all of that. Imagine if you could write a message for your friend taking their exam. I would write things like, listen, if you fail, you still have me in the end. You know what I mean? Or like, hey, it doesn't matter if everybody believes that you're a loser, because I do too. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, we get to write some crazy shit. The examination constitutes the final assessment prior to navigation certification. All responses are evaluated against strata operational standards. Successful completion grants operational clearance. According to the October Doctrine, what is the first step in the course correction lever? October Doctrine? Activate the ping lever to strike the tunnel walls and gather raw seismic data. There's a ping lever. So you ping the walls and you press it and it slaps the walls to give you information. That's a cool concept. That's a cool concept. But must be done raw echo data before it can be used. Translated into a visual terrain map through a decryptor. After processing the echo data, how should the sonar arrows be adjusted? The coordinates of the arrows should be pointed towards the least obstructed points on the screen. So the most visible, the most that we can reach. After extracting the coordinates from the sonar, how is course correction carried out? That's the sonar arrows. No, the sonar is like just to see into the rocks, right? Input the coordinates into the pilot, then steer towards the target using the joystick. How is the correct throttle RPM determined for drilling? Read the ground density from the decrypted data and match it to an RPM chart. Okay, I need to smoke. That was a lot. I feel good. I feel good. As long as I keep smoking, I feel fine. Because the thing is, right? Also, wait a minute. I never put power into the cockpit. How am I getting power inside the cockpit right now? There should be no way that there's power inside this room. It should be impossible. It should actually be impossible because there's no way that I have power. What? Well, what's this cassette? Let's put this in. No data in the code. Okay, well, it's fine. Have a quick smoke. Let's just smoke it up. So, put this in. I don't remember a single thing I have to do. Seismic data found to record. Here we go. This is the ping lever. Let me smoke some more. Good smoke, honestly. It's a great smoke. Seismic data. Hey, put that back on. I really wish I could close this door. Also, this is the chart of like the depth. We're currently here at like the 3000s. Something's in the vent, and there's also this thing 056. If I see 05678, that's gonna be an important thing to see probably. Don't call a mom. Is this a good room to hide in? Kind of, right? It has like a good hidey hole. Yeah. Okay. Just don't panic. So that's seismic data. We got some seismic data. Okay, good. Seismic data. We have the seismic data. Put this here. Just keep smoking. Keep throwing things on the floor. What's on this tape? Seismic data. We have to decrypt the data now by pressing space. That's good. Honestly, kind of a chill job. Reminds me of like what I see from like Firewatch jobs, where apparently you just sit there and you do nothing all day long. You know, like who cares if there's like a scary thing going on? It doesn't matter, right? Normalizing signal bands, interpolating missing frames, 12 recovered. How do you know that those interpolations don't actually end up being something else though? Like it's not really being recovered so much as you are hoping that this makes sense based on previous and current data. But how do you know that it isn't like a crazy spike in between for one frame, right? Like how do you, like let's say you have 3 missing frames consecutively. How do you interpolate that in a way that makes sense, that like doesn't apply some sort of bias to it, right? Like wouldn't that be worse for you to interpolate it? FFT sample block. See, fast Fourier transform. I don't ever want to see that fucking thing again. I finally understood it, and I still don't really get it. I don't want to see a goddamn fast Fourier transform in my life. Okay, so now I got this cassette. So this thing is gonna get us to the sonar. So, terrain density is that much. We have to get to the least obstructed zone. Least obstructed zone by going over here. We go Y a little bit down here. Good. I'm gonna go over here. Least obstructed zone. Get like a nice, clean cut through. Terrain density is good. Pull the smoke. I need more smokes, please. I have infinite smokes. Okay, so now we're there. Terrain density is also 4 grams per centimeter cubed. 4 grams? 30 RPM. So now we need to do 30 RPM. Pull? What the fuck? Oh. 4 grams per 30 centimeter thing. I know what I'm doing. 30 RPM. What are the coordinates? Uh-oh. What are the coordinates? Uh-oh. Where am I going? 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 What's my coordinates? Sorry. Uh-oh. Kaminsky! Why didn't you pay attention in the class? Kaminsky, come on! What the fuck is this? Why is it so scary all of a sudden? How's the correct RPM? Okay, how do you get coordinates? Yeah. Oh, it's on those screen. Why is it nighttime all of a sudden? Am I taking too long? Why did you what? You can't run and smoke at the same time? I guess that makes sense. Wait, no, I actually think that makes sense. Wait a minute. Didn't I have a geologist key? Like a geologist key thing? No, this is the geologist navigator. This is not a key. That's for navigation. I thought I got this key. Okay, well this is the coordinates. Y28, X26. Y28, X26. So 28, 26. Okie dokie. Let's get going, people. 300 RPM. Let's go. Let's go drive. We're driving forward. We're driving forward. Smoke, please. Please smoke, please. Oh, and then there we go. Whoa, 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 whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa! Lock on! Lock on! Lock on! Locking! Locking position! Drilling! Auto. No, 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 no. Autopilot engaged. Okay. What the fuck is that noise? Okay. There's no way upstairs anymore. That's weird. There's no way upstairs. Okay, that's gone now. That's good. Okay. Hello? Hey. Hey, Yusenko. Where are you? I'm in the engine room. I found one person dead. There's something with us here on the vessel? Wait, I don't know where it came from. I don't know what it wants. What? Listen, Victor, listen to me. I was right about the signal. You were right about the signal. What did you learn about it? It reacts to us as we drill, as we get closer. It's alive, Victor. It's alive. I know things don't seem good now. We have to keep digging. We have to. But first, come meet me in my door. I have to show you what I found. We are on the brink of a discovery unlike anything mankind has ever seen. I just know it. I don't think he's be careful. I don't think he's alive, chat. I think he's dead. I think he's dead. What's that? I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can do this. I really don't want to die. I'm so scared. I'm so scared of the creatures behind my walls. I'm so scared. I'm so scared. I'm so scared of horror games. Holy shit. Why do I do Sundays as the horror days? I am so terrified. I'm gonna hide like in Mecha Chameleon, okay? Nobody ever looks behind the door. Because God hell. You know what? Just have a smoke. I'm okay if I have a smoke. I can do this. There's nothing scary about this. Just have a smoke. Hey, Ursenko! Heard you got some shit for me. Hey, Ursenko! Ursenko? Oh shit, I really ate you apart, eh? Hey, Ursenko! Are you good, bro? It waits, it smiles, it lies, it awakes, it festers, it calls, it waits. Ursenko! Ah! What if I don't run? Holy fuck, that scared the fuck out of me. Holy fuck, that scared the fuck out of me. Okay, well, alright, well now we gotta run. Okay, well, hey, Ursenko's dead. Ursenko's dead, everyone's dead. This creature, you know that creature had like no bones on him? He was just like body, he was just pure body. He's like, I'm gonna eat you alive! I'm gonna eat you alive! I'm gonna eat you alive! I'm gonna kill you! I'm gonna kill you! Ah! Oh god! I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this one bit. The glasses mechanic is such a good mechanic. I don't like this one bit. Read out. Did well. That was nothing but a creature of the past. Is this the white signal? I'm afraid it gave up on your kind a long time ago. I never did. I wonder why you're here so far below the earth. It's a white signal. I suppose you're still looking for your son. He's still here. Somewhere in this old painful memory of yours. Just to find him again. I don't want to find him again. I don't want to find my son. I don't want to find my son. My son can fuck off. Okay? My son is dead to me. I'm sorry to say it. If I have a child and there's a monster, do you remember that like movie where you have to stay silent the entire time and the kid plays with a stupid toy truck and then dies? Okay? I'm sorry, but that kid is dead. I'm gonna leave him and there's nothing that I can do to save him. Vostok Initiative. A sun that never sets. The light of consciousness is the most precious thing any citizen may own. Disclaimer, must be kept cold. Never let go. So what's interesting is that, is the sun dead? Oh, maybe the sun is dead. We also ran through a lot of these, like, green places. A lot of trees and stuff. A lot of greenery around us. We ran through it all as if we were going closer towards nature. Some bit of nature. But it's also weird because when we look at this, right? That should be impossible. It's because whatever this is bringing us to our memories. To where we were before. But so it's interesting because, like, okay, let's say we're in our memories, right? And the white rabbit is speaking to us. It says that is a creature that gave up on our kind a long time ago. That creature gave up on humanity a long time, but lives beneath the earth and has always been there waiting for us. So what is it? I'm sorry. Still asleep in the static. Bring him to the TV. Can you stop flickering so I can read the note over? Institute Bank of the SPRN. Notice of outstanding debt. The Institute notes that the total sum of your debt now exceeds 39 bajillion zev. I don't know what that number is. This letter serves as a reminder we have the authority to dispossess your citizenship status should we see no change in your capacity to repay the outstanding debt. Following is a summary of your recent significant bank statements. Hospital 12, 2 bajillion. What, hospital? You pay for the hospital? Is this America? The Vostok Initiative. The what initiative? The what initiative? Relief for prolonged unemployment. Kraya Oblast funerary arrangements. Relief for recent termination. The Vostok Initiative. Fuck this. Why would there be an initiative that I took part in? Also, it's interesting that, like, you have to keep it cold. This thing you have to put into the TV. The past lives buried down here, Victor. But it doesn't have to be set in stone. Your son can still be saved. I can help you find what you seek. I don't know if I want you to help me find what I seek. And in the end, Perhaps we can both find redemption. Uh-huh. That's cool. That's really cool. Uh-huh. What? Victor, I hope you've had a chance to consider what I said when we last spoke. I'm truly sorry it's been so long. I know it's easy for others to talk about dark times and how to make things go away. Make them go away. It was the same with me. And Daria, so many colleagues telling me to make sure to get some sun. As if that would bring her back. But I really don't think you should be calling that number. When you want to cling on to hope, hope is not what they're offering. They want to take you somewhere that doesn't exist. A place that will never truly let you heal. My door is always open if you want to talk. They being the creatures that are in my fucking room. Well, it's a good thing we came back to reality in some way. What the fuck was that noise? Okay. I need like I need a moment. That shit was terrifying. Like I actually need a moment. ITDR DTH. I need a moment. What did I get? I got some key that he said was something like my sun, the Vostok Initiative, a sun for us all. And that poster said we all can have a sun for us all. You have to keep it cold though. You have to keep the sun cold, whatever that thing is. That key, we kept it inside the freezer because it was cold. We brought it to the TV because it was asking us to. Why would we keep it cold? Why does it need to be kept cold? And why does this letter change? Was it all a hallucination or was it real? I don't know. But that creature also came from my room. That was the weird part. It came from my room. And now I'm a father. Whereas before, I was just no one. And look at my responsibilities. Fill in for the dead crewmates. Everyone's dead. Okay. Please, no more jump scares. Please. I need to smoke. I need to smoke. Fuck me. 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 I don't know if I can do it. Breathe. Just breathe. You're doing good. That's what Stepan told me. Stepan told me that you're doing good. He's like, oh, you're such a good boy, aren't you? You've done so well. So this is the person who died, but who died. This is the room that they came out of, the person who died. Take the cassette, you'll need it. Thanks, I'll take the cassette. They're the Rubik's Cube because they're smart. My dear friend, let me tell you something I think would surprise you. Ever since I was first exposed to the signal, I've been hearing your voice again. It's a strange and wonderful thing in itself. But the things you reveal to me about the signal is stranger and more wonderful still. You told me to interpret the frequency as brainwaves. It's not fickle or random, but the expression of something almost like a mind. I mean, one more vast and complex than anything we've ever encountered before. You also told me that the signal can be tapped. Critium, I forget his name, seems to stabilize the signal when it passes through the crystal structure. Wait. Critsinium seems to stabilize like a beam of light suspended by a prism. The two things are clearly linked. That much I can figure out even without you. Now let's talk about avoiding the mission. I feel like I may be the only one who realizes how close we are to uncovering something truly momentous. I so very much miss the correspondence we had. I know you would have understood. Yours truly, Josip Kritsenko. I need a smoke. I need a smoke. For tomorrow, Join us. Oh my god! When did you get here? Sorry, like I know it's gruesome and he's dead and his head's like chopped off and his legs were ripped off too, but like that is insane. Can I flick it? Can I flick it off of his like forehead? wait. Ah! keep that shit close. Keep that shit close. keep that shit close. Keep that shit close. That shit close. Holy shit! If that door ever opens, I'm gonna shit myself. Jesus. Bunch of rocks here. The bunch of rocks that he was collecting. I guess because he's a geologist, he loves rocks. It's currently 9. It's 9:22. 9:22. No, 8:22. Sorry, it's currently 8:22. 8:22. Really? Yeah, it's 8:22. Because, well, no, wait, no, sorry. The hour hand is down there. Sorry. What the fuck? There's a third hand? Why are there 4 hands on this clock? Sorry, there's 4 hands. Sorry, it's confusing me. It's 7:22. There's a third hand going to 9 for some reason. I don't know what the fuck. Wait, no, that's the second hand. That's the handle of the second hand. Sorry. That's the minute hand. That's the hour hand. It's 8:22. So it's a massive blackouts. I can tell time. The cornerstone. Hertzenium, new element discovered by genius strata scientists. In memoriam, Matville Ramaniuk, renowned expert, discovers causes of blackouts. Failure of almost every kind of modern technological system is reported since the Matyovsky instance. According to Dr. Ritsenko of the Strata Institute, a strange signal from below the earth seems to be the cause. The signal keeps finding its way into all types of recording equipment. Dr. Ritsenko says, it's like the natural frequency tries to overwrite any existing data, as if it's trying to place itself into these worlds. Is that monster gonna chase me the entire time? I will say, like, the game is way scarier if it doesn't chase you all the time, because once you get chased by it once, it's no longer scary. If anything, the door, like, the uncertainty of never knowing if something is going to kill you is way scarier. It's the uncertainty that makes things scary. It's like not the thing that you want to do every single time. Mention no valid waypoint. Acquire updated coordinates from the laboratory. Sure, okay. And this is... He's unmarried? A fucking loser. He's 28 years old and he's the foremost scientist? Sorry. I didn't realize that he was built different. Sorry. I was making fun of him for no reason. Sorry. I didn't realize that, like, you were that cool. But yeah, jump scares are cool, but I am like, I don't know. It's kind of like the wrong day for a jump scare. Not that they're bad, but it is like... I was hoping for like a more scary game in the sense of like, oh shit. You know, like the atmosphere is... Because like when the atmosphere is scary and it makes you tense and you don't want to walk around, that's terrifying. Yeah? Compared to jump scares where it's like something chases you and stuff, I'm like, I don't know. Like, it's scary, don't get me wrong. It is fucking terrifying. But it is like... It's like... How do I explain it? Oh, somebody took a shit in here. It's scary in like a whole different way that doesn't feel as enticing as like genuinely not feeling safe anywhere. Because it's a bit like Lethal Company, where at some point Lethal Company stops being scary because like what, like you have the little like the scissor head guy. I mean not the scissor head, the spring head guy, and then he just walks around like a spring, kind of like boing, and then it's like the weeping angel. Like you see it once, it gets scary, and then after that it no longer gets scary because you see it a million times, right? It's like you really should only see the monster once. And then you should never see the monster ever again. It's just the fear that there's something here that I think would be best versus like seeing it all the time attack you. And maybe I'm just a hater of like, you know, jump scare games, but I always do feel like a jump scare game gets in the way of itself. Like this game had something. If the creature never appeared and I never had to run, I think it still could have done something to put me in a very unsettled state where I never really know if I'm safe or not, right? Just a bunch of noises to get somebody to run away would be interesting, right? But then it's like it's hard though, because you want somebody to go through that sequence of running backwards away from the terror of the truth in front of you back towards the safety of your past memories, back to the safety of what you used to know, right? You want to set that scene up. How do you get somebody to naturally turn around and run at the sight of something, at the sound of something scary, but not necessarily something chasing you? It's almost impossible. So it's like you have to force that on some level, right? But I hope it's like that, and it's less like hide from the monster. Because when it becomes I'm really hoping it just doesn't turn into a stealth game, because when horror games become stealth games, I feel like the game dies as a whole. The genre died like the genre died the moment that like the genre went towards stealth, but I think like the game itself would also die the moment that it leans too heavily into the stealth, because like all you're doing is just waiting for the right moment to do the right thing. You know what I mean? And even there, the fact that it had to force you to run away by killing you or telling you to run away was fascinating. Because it's like, it's so important for the story to give you that sense of like, whatever you're facing is terrifying versus that comfort of like where you were in the past, right? To, again, symbolize the idea of the white rabbit giving you what you desire the most to manipulate you. It's so important that they have to do that. It's just unfortunate that it's so important because it's such a strong message. It's also like, it sets the tone for the rest of the game where it's like, do I have to play a stealth game now? That's also, like, do I have to play a horror game that's built around something chasing me that I have to avoid, like a stealth game? If so, I don't really want to play it anymore. Not because it's scary, like, it's like, I could do it and, like, steal myself through it, but it's like, I'd rather play Lethal Company where it's at least funny and fun with my friends, you know what I mean? We at Surface Control had our first moment of joy since the Matryoshka incidents when we completed the course correction. Thank you for keeping our hopes alive. Now for the bad news. Our systems have lost track of the signal again. I think something that has caused so much havoc up here would be easier to find. I'm aware that Dr. Hersenko is the one responsible for interpreting the signal data. It's been a disturbingly long time since we've received any data at all from its lab. I refuse to accept the worst. But you need to make a new recording, even if Hersenko himself is unable to do so himself. Otherwise, you'll be digging blindly. For tomorrow. Okay. See you soon. Bye, guys. Yeah, I am hoping that it sets the precedent not of like monsters chasing you all the time, but it's specifically about this idea of you aren't going to be chased by a monster, but it's like it will happen at certain. Even actually, I don't want to go through those forced moments again and again because it's also kind of tedious to have to like run whenever that thing appears, because it's like, I'm gonna say it, but it is like it gets in the way of like the fun part of the game, which is like the discovery of what's going on in this world, and like the unsettling nature of what it is that we're going through. Nation puts faith in Mole. I didn't read this. A Strata M13 drilling vessel, affectionately dubbed the Mole by its four-man crew, is set to depart later this week, targeting the near impossible depth of 8,700 meters. Mission Director Stepan Adamenko is hoping to locate the source of the enigmatic White Rabbit signal, which experts believe him causing the disturbance currently plaguing the nation. Then the M13 is, by some, seen as a mining and energy conglomerate Strata's attempt to set things right after a previous something. After a previous something. What if they were the reason why the Matryoshka incident happened, right? But yeah, I'm curious to see how this goes. I'm very curious to see how this whole thing goes. I'm just kind of like, I don't know, I'm kind of sad that it ended up doing that thing of like, oh, now you gotta like run from a monster. I just don't want to get, like, it's, because that beginning had so much potential to be like a creepy game. Like you see how immediately I'm like knocked out of it now? Like I'm no longer in the game's sort of like mindset of like being afraid of, you know, the space. Like I hear noises and stuff, and it's kind of spooky here and there, but it's like I don't really feel like I'm like playing the game anymore. Like I feel like I'm waiting for things to happen again. Like I'm waiting for this thing to happen again and to have to deal with this thing that's gonna eventually pop out and like, I don't know, take me out, like just force me to go through a segment. Again, it's so hard. Like it is one of the hardest problems within horror games of like, if there's no jump scare, what do you do to scare someone, right? But they nailed it for a while. But but then when you want to tell the story of like, you know, you running away from one thing and going towards something else, like going away from the scary thing towards something that makes you feel safe safe and happy, right? That thing of like you going back to your past. You can't just do that and get the player to naturally do it, like, because it wouldn't feel nearly as basically you need the contrast of that terrifying thing to make it feel worth it. It's such a weird catch-22 problem that like the horror genre has that makes it, in my mind, such a difficult genre to like make anything for it, or even think of how to make things for it, because it's like, okay, like you do this, I can close the door down, nice. Because you do this, and then this thing jumps out at you, and it's terrifying. And the angel spoke. The earth shall give up those who were asleep in it. There'll be no more death or moaning or crying or pain. The earth shall give up those who were asleep in it. And an angel descended upon the earth and wiped every tear from their eyes. And the angel spoke, the earth shall give up those who are asleep in it. There'll be no more death or mourning or crying or pain. Shall give up those, the souls stuck under the ground. Like, it's such a hard problem to solve because, like, you need that moment to be able to like, feel that happen. You need that moment of you running for your life to get that feeling of safety afterwards. To make that room feel like you're in a moment of safety, to then rip it away when you pick up the thing from the cold freezer. The teal shell is scratched with frantic and in unintelligible notes. Also, why is that my son? I'm curious why that thing was my son in particular. Because again, I go in here, it's like, is there something spooky in here? I don't know. But it's like, I'm kind of turn off the lights. Why? Of the crystal. An element discovered by the late geologist makes your hand go numb. Can I put this down? Stop it. Me when I hold the mysterious orb and it makes my hand feel like something. I was like, the mysterious orb is making me feel some sort of way. It hurts so much. The mysterious orb really hurts my hand, but I can't help but I want to touch it. Okay, convert signal data into usable waypoints. Restrictions. Direct upload is prohibited. Signal data destabilizes vessel systems on contact. What? Signal data stabilizes vessel systems on contact, so don't do a direct upload. Approved method. Tune radio transmitter to correct signal frequency. Record the signal onto a cassette. Insert the cassette into a navigation system to process coordinates. Important. Standard Strata cassettes will fail under signal load. Use instead neural storage cassettes, designed to carry unstable cognitive data compatible with the signal structure. Okay, cool. That's cool. This is a neural. Cutting edge neurological data storage. Oh my god. Cutting edge neurological data storage. The same thing that I had in my freezer that I had to keep cold the entire time. Why did I have it in my freezer? Why was it important to keep it cold? Because, and this is something interesting to think about, because that was my son. Maybe that was like the last recording of my son's brainwaves to bring them back to life. You know what I mean? Maybe that was the reason why we had this, to bring my son back to life. To make him a part of my life again. That's weird. Why? Why? So wait, so you have that thing, and it's there to like bring somebody, to bring someone, not back to life, but definitely to like make use of their brain waves to almost like record a copy of them within that space to, I don't know, do something. Like maybe you're recording a copy to ensure that they can carry on within life and they're good. Right? But it's like, let's say you do that, why are you doing that? Seems weird because you can never really bring them back. You're only holding on to something that can't possibly be real anymore because they're dead. Like it doesn't matter that like you have this brainwave. It's not like you can bring them back in the same way. I mean, it's not like you can bring anyone back. They're just dead. So like what's the point? What's the point? What's the point? Cassette type is targeting coordinates. What's the point of doing that and keeping somebody alive, or like just keeping a memory of somebody in that state, in that way, with their brainwaves? Hey Doc, I found something. I need you to tell me what this is. Why does it make me feel like this? Why is my hand so comically small compared to your head? This is also, this is the problem with view models that are not a part of the world. On the one hand, you avoid the clipping issue when you bring your hand close to things, right? It's a view model's rendered. It's like rendered separately, okay? But on the other hand, it makes everything look fucking huge when you get close. I look like a baby holding a crystal in front of my like father, big brain doctor. Yeah, it's like holy shit, he's huge. You're like, compared to me, he's massive. We sent the brightest minds down into these caves to find the answer. Dr. Frasenko, what do you think of this? Oh, yes. I believe that the crystal in your hands is hurting me. Please, wait a minute. It is a physical view model. It's a physical view model not affected by perspective. What? That is the weirdest implementation of a view model I've ever seen before. It's like, usually the view model is separate, so it always renders on top of everything, so it never clips in. Or the view model is physical, so it actually has like the same size as everything else, but like, you know, you can clip it into things, and it's so it doesn't look off place. But the way that the camera is set up, it's like these hands really are just comically small, because the perspective of your camera makes it so that everything up close is really close. Because it is kind of like the perspective of it really enlarges the thing right in front of you to make it so that reading stuff actually feels good. So then, but like your hand is like so comically small, but it is actually like in the space. It's just, I am going to reach inside your brain with this crystal, doctor. Doctor, take the crystal, doctor. Take it. I'm going to enter it into your brain. Ah! Oh, maybe I can record his neural blueprint if I stick it inside of his like head. Come here. Wait. This cigarette is fucking tiny. The tiniest smoke. The tiniest. Doctor, I know how to make you feel a lot better. Don't worry, Doc. This will make you feel good. We should leave him alone. It's rude. It's rude to hurt him. It's rude to mess with him. Okay, let's see. That's all good. That's all good. Okay, let's just, is this still gonna say April 11th? Is it still gonna say April? It does not. It doesn't say April 11th anymore. That was just the first sign of many that we're going insane because of the white rabbit. The white rabbit is speaking to us. It's speaking to me. It's speaking to me. The white rabbit knows what I want. It knows that I want to play Raid Shadow Legend. It's telling me to play Raid Shadow Legend. It's speaking to me. It says this is my sign-in. This is my login info. Log into my account. Log into my account and play the game. Play with me. Play my video game. Okay, how does this work? Place wired raw reader circuit to screen. Okay. Place crystal on circuit to activate. Your surrounding circle seems to trap the frequency. Signal exposure leaves imprint on retina. Need the room to be dark. Align retinal mark with chart. Okay. So this is also the cassette. And we can like look at the signal apparently. So apparently, the doctor made a system to look at the signal. This is my light, Victor. At least what remains of it. Follow it. I'll lead you through the darkness. Oh, he said turn off the light, turn off the light. Align with the chart. How do I align this with the chart? 17, 120. Oh, the White Rabbit. Tell me what you know. Tell me what you know. 17.120. 17.120. Okay, cool. That was cool. Everything hurts. 17. Okay, no wonder the doctor went crazy. No wonder the doctor went crazy. The doctor has been like the doctor has been smoking this crystal. The doctor's been smoking this crystal the whole time. No wonder he went insane. Doc, you're not supposed to smoke the crystal. That's how he's been getting these coordinates the entire time. Okay, 1720. 17.120. Sorry, 17. Okay. Makes you wonder how they did it for my kid, right? Because if that's my son, and like my son was the one who we had to like do that for, because my son's dead, right? If we had to do that for my son, did they do the same thing? Maybe all this. Maybe the reason why we have this technology is because of that earlier incident by the Stratter Society, the Foundation. Maybe they already knew about this and they're pretending to like tell people that it doesn't really exist because it's like they don't want people to like know, right? Surely all of this has already existed since time immemorial, and we're only just now figuring out that like this stuff is here. Or like the rest of the world is now being told that this stuff is here. Because it doesn't make sense otherwise why this would be a thing for us to know. System requires 3 vectors of type X, Y, Z. Choose files to transfer. There's a lot of files. What's an AMP? Can I read that? What's an AMP? Wait, AMP? Bin file. XYZ. 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 Press enter to commit. Sure. Push files. So that's a neural template. Because again, how would they have the technology to transfer your mind into the system? Like how would they have the technology to be able to transfer your mind into the system without that crystal, without the Hrycenium crystal? They would need the crystal to be able to communicate with something. Because what? You just transfer the brainwaves? Actually, wait, I guess they do see... I guess we do see brainwaves now. Sorry. I was thinking about it more, and it's like, wait, it actually makes sense. We see brainwaves now, so it should actually be okay. It should actually be okay. So we have brainwaves now. We have brainwaves now. It's normal. Brainwaves are normal. Observing. Seismic data. Seismic data found. So you record brainwaves, you put them onto this cassette in order to do the thing with the brainwaves. Does it bring back to school? It does not bring back to school. Specifically, the Hrycenium one is to communicate with the White Rabbit signal, which is similar to brainwaves. But still, what if they got the inspiration for the neural thing from the Hrycenium? And then what if they got the inspiration for the brainwave thing from the White Rabbit signal, right? There's an earlier incident that like something happened, but it was sort of left uncompleted in that thing that we saw, and it's like maybe that thing that we saw, like that maybe that earlier incident is what gave them the idea to make these, because these things are made by Stratter, repurposed by Stratter. If you have the ability to repurpose it, aka you know how to make use of the thing and you know how to modify it, then surely you would know how to make the thing. Like, it's like you know what the inner workings of it is, right? That has to be it. Ground density is 2.71. Okay, I'm gonna go over here. Again, I'm still kind of worried that there's a jump scare because I am very much I don't know. I'm just so sad when a game has such a good horror basis, because I'm no longer afraid. Because there's a jump scare, I no longer feel afraid, because I know that everything is safe. it's the anticipation that kills you. It's the anticipation that kills you. 8837. So 8837. 8837. And then we'll do I don't know, what's the thing? 2.71 grams per centimeter squared. So like, I don't know, 58. 2.72, 71, 61 RPM. We'll do 61 RPM. And really, again, that's the main reason why I feel like a lot of like horror games should not do jump scares. Like it gets in the way of the actual like good parts of the game and just makes you stop feeling the thing that you want to feel, which is like unsafe, unsure, unclear. Like the timing was really good. I will say that the timing and the pacing of it was extremely good. But even though the timing was really good, it's like going through that, it was like, okay. Like now it's another jump scare, and now I gotta go do the jump scare again. I gotta like hide from the thing again. It's like, oh god, here it is again. You know what I mean? Hello. You know? Like, see, like this is interesting. This is cool. What is this? Hello. 8016418. Oh, 164-188. These phones never work. Oh, it's my boy. It's my boy. 1979. Also, maybe we're playing as my son, or like maybe the person who we were at the beginning of the game was my son, and maybe that's why we're. This is I thought that was my tie. I don't know why, but I thought that was my suit tie because my hand, it looks like I'm wearing like an office shirt. I was like, this tie is crazy. Socialist People's Republic of Nevriska. My son is terrifying. Holy shit. Wait, no, that's me. I look terrifying. Holy shit. Born on January 2nd, 1974. It was issued this in 1978 and it's valid until 1988. Looks like a Titan. Yeah, exactly. Looks like a Titan. It's funny. So I was reading I read about an interview, but I couldn't find the interview because probably it's in Japanese. But I read someone translate it. And they would talk about how the creator of Attack on Titan was working retail. And he saw the horror that was dealing with people. He saw that people were the scariest thing ever. And it's interesting the way that he was able to capture that feeling of like people being scary, because what defines a human is sort of that warmth that we can give to each other. But then at the same time, the people that we hear as like monsters, the monsters that we know about in real life are people. There's no spooky monsters like the boogeyman or like, you know, Baba Yaga or something, all right? It is people. It's somebody who says, let's kill these people. It's somebody who says, let's just drop a bomb over here, drop a bomb over there. It's somebody who like abuses someone every night, right? Those are the monsters, right? And so it's interesting the way that they were able to sort of like draw that distance from a Titan and like a human, and the way that like they could recognize that distance in the face of even an average person, because they saw that this person was like getting angry at the convenience store, and was like yelling, and they saw the horror in that, right? It's such a fascinating way to look at it, because it is true. Like, it's when we call someone a monster, we dehumanize them so much that we forget that they're just like us, and we forget that we too can fall for that same thing. And really, when you remove the ability for your eyelids and for your eyes to form like a nice shape, and it's just completely wide open, you do look like a serial killer. Like, I'm sorry to say it, it's all about the eyes, okay? If you have big eyes, okay, big eyes are kind of cute, okay? They are pretty cute. But you have to do your best to make use of your eyelids, okay? Never open your eyes fully wide. It freaks the fuck out of people, okay? If you have big eyes, you need to use more of your eyelids. You hear that it's also mostly drunk people. Oh yeah, that too. I also heard that too. Yeah, the way that like drunk people would like stumble around and like the way that they would like be everywhere. They like it definitely captured a lot of that same movement patterns and like the way that they would act. It's very fascinating. Vostok. Vostok Initiative, a sun that never sets. This is the Vostok Initiative. Oh my god. Vostok, a sun that never sets. The Neurocassette ID 51. Hospital site deployment, inscription, procedure, preparation, and custodial packaging. Vostok makes no medical claims. Interpretation and meaning are left to those who received the cassette. So the Vostok Initiative thing that we got an invoice for was specifically something that we did in order to record our son's neural imprint onto that neural whatchamacallit. Onto the neural tape. Central Hospital parking check. That's not April. That's October 10th, 19th, October 11th. I don't know. I don't know if this is like, is it month, date, year? Is it day, month, year? Is it hot take? Hot take. You should never write out dates in short form. Use the short form word of the thing. If you can write the words, you can do that for the thing as well. It barely wastes any more ink, and you save a lot more in terms of the confusion. Okay. But we're here now at 8:54. Is the institute. Telephone 8273-6409. Can I put this down for a second? Can I walk around for a bit? Is that possible? This is a cool way to tether the player to a space so as to not get lost somewhere, so as to not wander off. It makes you want to know what's outside, but it also makes it difficult. What if I just take a call in the rain? Where 8273-6409. 8273-6409. Oops. 8273-6409. You've reached Vostok Continuity Services. Thank you for taking this step. Before we proceed, please remember, preservation is not an act of denial, it is an act of care. A neurocassette has been issued to a registered name. Please enter the cassette identification number associated with this name, then press pound. So, again, preservation is not denial of my son's death, denial of what happened to my son, denial of whatever happened, but it is instead an act of care. They're selling you on the idea of an act of care. £51. This ID is associated with the name Petro. I wish I remembered other IDs. If this is correct, press 1. If this is not correct, press 2. A neurocassette has been £1. No account is registered. £2. A neurocassette has been issued to a registered name. Number 2. Please enter the cassette identification number associated. Yeah. Okay. Hurry up. £67. 69. £69. Didn't I have another ID number that I remembered seeing? Maybe if I remembered those numbers, maybe I could have been able to continue on in a whole different route. Or maybe this is a very linear experience. Whoever runs this telephone must be pissed off. Because I'm like, it's in the rain. It's like, it's slowly gonna break. Thank you, Kaminsky, for registering with Vostok. Our records indicate that the payment has not yet been finalized and requires your registration consent. Okay, how do I give consent? This call serves as verification. What? To proceed, we'll ask you to confirm some details. Yeah, sure, okay. Yeah, right. Why am I doing it from like a phone booth? Enter the age of the person associated with this record, then press pound. 1979, so that's him in 1979. As a boy, okay, Petro. He is 1974, born 1974, 1979. What day is it today? 30 days from issue. It's currently 1980, 1970. He's 6 years old. The age has been verified. Please enter the hospital identification number where the person is currently located and press pound. Current Central Hospital 12. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Oops. Boom. Thank you. The information is correct. I'm the type of person who has to walk around while on a phone call. Like I can't stay still. It previously stated that the person's last name, last confirmed happy memory occurred on their birthday. How do I know that? Please enter the date of this memory in DDMMYY format. Then press pound. How do I know that that is my son's happiest memory if they're no longer around to tell me? And I have to like make this thing so that I can get them care. Because I think the monster that I saw at the beginning was my son too. Like that monster was my son, aka running away from the horrible truth of what happened. But how do I know that it's my son's happy memory is the birthday? It could have just been my happy memory of my son, of a moment with my son. Right? That must be why. Did this memory in DDMMYY format. So 1979. I mean, that's the year. His birthday is January 2nd, 1979. So January 2nd, so 020179. Thank you. The date is correct. Verification is complete. All required details have been confirmed. Thank you. Also fascinating that they require the happiest day. The total amount due is $1 bajillion. It's fascinating that they also ask for the happiest day. Like it's interesting that they ask for the happiest day because it's like that happy day, that moment of that happy day. Why would the company care and why would the company use that as a thing to ask questions about? Like why would the company use that as a security question? Because they're doing that to psychologically manipulate you into believing that this is a good thing to do. They're psychologically manipulating you into believing that this is caring for somebody. That like causing them and their memories to live on forever is care. And not the horrible thing that it actually is. That's a very fascinating way of showing just how manipulative that the whole Vostok Initiative thing is. And again, it's interesting that the Vostok Initiative is it plays a role in the drilling as well. It's very odd. Cancel. Payment has not been confirmed. Did another payment plan options are available? No. The remaining time is limited. Please reconsider your selection. See, their remaining time. As in, the remaining time of my child is limited. So my child must still be alive. Maybe they're in the hospital bed dying, withering away, and they're gonna record their brain to keep them somewhere. Sure, I'll do it. The payment has been authorized. Nice. The funds will be drawn from your bank account within 1 to 3 working days. How much money do I have in my bank account? Your account is now in debt and may be subject to citizen review. Thanks. Now I'm in debt. Thank you. During an on-site visit, a personal recording was collected from you. Also, why? How do they know what's in my bank account? Usually when you pay somebody, they don't know how much money is in your bank account. Back in wrestling? Me? Talk? Like, okay, I'm sorry. I'm not good with words. I feel like I should remember some special moment to tell you about. But I can't. I don't know where one memory ends and the next one begins, because he's an alcoholic. It's all just Jim. He's special. All these things I want to teach him. All these things I want him to experience. Just everything. Breathing struggles in the background. Oh my god. Hey, shh. I know it hurts. Oh my god. It's okay. Daddy's here. I'm sorry. I just don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, I'm crying. I just don't want to give up. Oh, my character's crying. I just want to be the kind of father who tries. Who keeps trying until there's nothing left to try. That's sad. Thank you for sharing that with us. Due to the subject's critical condition, the day scheduled for the inscription procedure is tomorrow. Wow. That is actually terrifying. Post-procedure documentation will be finalized. Cassette retrieval sources will be issued within the standard. Like, it's like he... I mean, like, his son's dying. His son is in great pain, and he believes that this thing can bring his son... Like this is care, as if it matters. He puts it in his freezer to keep it cold, and this company is manipulating him to do this. All of this. I'm truly sorry you had to go through that again. But you need to remember why you have to keep digging. That was a beautiful cutscene. Not just because of the angle of like a father trying to... It's like somebody who wants to be a better father, who is like, again, being manipulated by this company into basically saying like, okay, keep your son alive forever with the Vostok initiative. Trust us. This is what'll make your life better. This is what'll make your son happy. It's also the way that it was like played out as well. The way that the puzzle was sort of there, and the way you played with these dates, sort of a common thing that we all have to do. If you have a computer and you use one, you're probably familiar with like dates, right? So it's a very simple puzzle to get the grasp of, but it was sort of interesting the way you had to like correlate these different pieces of information and like contextual clues, right? The birthday, learning that that's his birthday, oh, that's a special day. How old is he based on this date? He must be this many years old. The way that it recontextualizes the things that you've seen so far, the creature that you saw that ran towards you, that is your son, the way that you see and you hear your son in the hospital bed, the way that you hear the grief behind the character's voice without necessarily understanding his words. His words are meaningless. It sounds like gibberish if you don't know the language, and it may not even be like any real language. It may be themed against it, but not be any real language. And then the way that the cutscene played out, the way that you could like sort of stumble around in that phone booth, the way it felt so claustrophobic. And it's interesting the way that the phone works, because the phone ties you to it. You can't pull yourself away because it would break the phone. But even in that scene, it was as if our character was also physically tied to it. It's as they couldn't bring themselves to get away from what they were listening to. Even though they started to break down and cry. They took out their glasses and they started to cry. And that message of him wanting to be a good father, to continue to be a good father, to continue to try. And it wasn't because he was alcoholic that his memories all blurred, though maybe that is still probably like some degree, or maybe he became an alcoholic afterwards. But like, it was specifically, at least in that scene, specifically that when we have and we share our life with somebody and we love them so much and we take care of them all through all that time, and there's so much going on with their life, that like everything is that one big happy moment. It's not really like any particular moment. Like I never think of like, I don't know, of a moment with like my family as like, okay, like this happy moment or something. Like there's sad moments that you remember, but the happiness is sort of like that floor that you always come back to, and it's always there, and it's the amalgamation of every happy moment all blending in together to form that like basis of love, right? That's sort of what it feels like. That was a really interesting scene. And the way that it teleported us seamlessly to go towards the phone, to do all that, to show even, again, more hints about how deeply integrated all the system was. The way that the Vostok initiative somehow knows how much money I have left in my bank account, which should be a separate concern. The bank account should be the one to know about that, and not the Vostok initiative. Well, how do they know that? Well, it's because the whole place, it's, very Soviet themed, right? The idea of like a centralized system, the idea of systems, they're all connected to one another, the idea that somebody's always watching and somebody's always a part of some larger system that you just don't know about. The way that everybody always has a way to know who exactly you are, the way that you're never truly in any amount of privacy, that comes through there as well. It's such an interesting piece of writing because it does both world building at the same time as it does the characterization of who we are. And then the way that scene played out, did you notice like how subtle it was? At some point, I lost control of the mouse, as when our character covered his eyes to wipe away his like tears. That's when the game entered the cutscene, and the way to keep it less jarring, it used the hand to block most of your view to hide the fact that it was forcing your character to turn around to look outside. And I saw it on the top left, and I noticed that it was getting weird because I was already facing outside. So it was kind of like trying to figure out how to orient me towards the outside, moving kind of in like a weird way. But because the hand is up, because you're engrossed in that moment, everything flows naturally. Like it's again, it's such a beautiful masterpiece where it's like I hope that there's no more monster chasing, but it needs the monster chasing for that moment. It needed it at that moment to be able to tell that story the way that it wanted to be told. It needed all of these things because this game has a cinematic quality to it that is beautiful. And again, it's interesting to see the horror genre being used to tell such a deep story once more because, again, the idea of horror is always this feeling of you should be afraid. And yet we see this more and more, that horror games really have the capability to tap into those deeper pieces of our life and those deeper bits of our psyche. Because other genres, while they can, they don't really get the ability to explore every facet. It's sort of like a weird unspoken rule about games, is that if you have a game that isn't scary, it will never be scary. And a game that is scary, however, can be anything. Because the only restriction for a game that isn't scary is that it can't be full of sex, which is one thing, but it also can't be scary, right? Not to say that you need the sex to tell the story, but it's like those are the two things that are almost like a verboten thing. It's like a forbidden thing that you can never touch upon on a regular game without breaking the illusion. In a horror game, it feels like you have all the tools available to you. You can make anything. Because the one rule of like it shouldn't change to be a horror game out of nowhere, that doesn't apply to a horror game. You know what you're getting into. You know, and you by the nature of the genre and like what you know about the game being in that genre, it's almost like you agree to go through that. And in that space, I feel like you can do so much because now that you're free, you can explore even those painful moments of your lives, because those painful moments really are terrifying. There's nothing happy about them. Everything feels awful when you get to those painful moments and you have to deal with the truth of what's been going on there and how it all plays out. But it's like maybe the only genre where you can do that without ruining the rest of it. Imagine you play a puzzle game and you want to break into some like soliloquy about somebody's life and the way that they view the world and like the things that they've gone through in their past and how horrible it's been, right? But you can't do that because it's a fucking puzzle game. If you do that, then the entire thing falls apart. And then you have nothing left. Like that's the weird part. And then you have nothing left. Because when you do that and the game falls apart, you have nothing left for the player to play because now it's too terrifying for them to even continue from that point. And like, why would they want to? You know what I mean? That's a fascinating problem to have. It's why I love the horror genre so much. It's also why I'm so like annoyed whenever it gets into like those like jump scare moments, because I'm like, okay, cool, something chases me, sure, that's like cool and all, but it's like on the one hand it's so necessary for the story at that point. For the other, it's like if you do that, then all of a sudden you're like taken out of it, right? How quickly when the jump scare is over that you realize that it's just a game. And so it's like, it's interesting how the genre requires and like demands of you like a certain level of balance and like creativity in being able to draw the player back into it and then pull them out at the right moments. And you have to keep doing this over and over and over. It's why I've said it before on stream, but I've heard that like comedy and horror have so much relation to each other because of that constant need to pull somebody out and bring them back in. Right? To have to constantly pull them back out to like say something and then pull them back in for the joke to like get them to feel a certain way. Over and over and over and over and over again. And you're doing this every single time. You basically never stop doing it. Burn my retina. My eyes are burning. Was it? It's 17, 120. I don't know why I'm doing this. It just, I just wanted to feel something again. I just wanted to feel something again. I just wanted to feel something again because my son is dead. And I'm a terrible father who decided to melt him into a fucking... Well, what's crazy... I would never sign up to put my son into a cassette tape. I'm sorry to say it, but... Of all the things to put them in, a cassette tape? I would trust a VCR tape or like a DVD before I ever trust a cassette tape. God damn it. I turned my son into nothing more than just garbage. Pure garbage. Use the record. This is the communication cassette. Wrong thing. Was it this one? Wait, it's in the PC. Sorry, it's in the it's in the PC. Hey. Oh, it is. I'm curious to see how the game is going to handle that problem of like, you know, the whole... Curious to see how the game is going to handle the problem of like, the horror tropes, right? The trope of like, you have to run away from this thing that's like chasing you. Like, I really hope that it doesn't do that too often. Like, it was necessary for that one moment. And like... And again, like, I've talked about how like difficult it is, but like there's also sort of no other way to make it work if you want that feeling of like a relief. And it's like you just have to hope that the player continues on and like understands what it is, right? I understood it because I'm a genius, so it makes sense that I keep on going. But some other players might not, so that's just how it is. I'm a genius, so I know what the game is trying for. So I know that like it has to do that thing in order to get you to feel that like contrast within, you know, the reality versus this like unreality, right? But it is like it is hard. It is hard. It's like it's like I'm still taken out of it, and I wish I didn't get taken out of it. But it's like it's still really good, and it's like it's still totally worth it to like keep in mind. But it was hard for a while. It was hard for a while. LOL, I need a cigarette counter. I do need a cigarette counter. Also, you've been sent to the mines. You're next, buddy, okay? You're next. You're going down next. What's my thing? 3.45 grams per centimeter cubed. So 40... I'm gonna say 46.5. I'm gonna say 45.5 is probably good. Yeah, 45.5. I smoke in this game like I'm smoking in real life because I know that if I don't smoke, I'm gonna be scared shitless. So I need to keep on smoking to feel good about myself. What happens if I just keep going around? Does this matter? Oh, it's like a map. Critical engine error. Oops. Attention. Engine failure detected. Immediate repair. Oops. Was it because I was playing with it? Was it because I was playing with it? Sorry. I didn't mean to break it. Sorry. Hello? No, it's kind of locked. So smoking is the real monster in this game. The smoking is gonna kill you. Same with the alcohol. The smoking and the alcohol is gonna kill you long before the monster does. The real monster is the tobacco and the alcohol industry. Hello? Can you read me? Stepan? Bodnir, please answer. Victor. Of course it's you. What do you mean, of course it's me? Don't say a word, just shut up. I told them from the start. What? I said it during the prep. I said it to Stepan's face. If we bring you with us, then the mission is doomed. You're poison, Victor. That's what you are. Did I kill everyone? You sit there in that cockpit pretending you're in control, while the rest of us burn in fucking hell down here! Katarina is waiting for me. Lilia and Vera are waiting for me. I have everything to lose. All you have is that bullshit cassette full of fake memories. Damn, what the hell, dude? I'm taking the engines apart. We're stopping here. This mission is over. Don't come down here. Don't even fucking think about trying to stop me. I'll put a screwdriver through your skull. Oh shit, he's mad at me. Just stay up there. Dig your own grave for all I care. You seem good at that. Hey! Hey, buddy, alright? I don't want to have to kill you, but I'll kill you if I have to. I don't want to have to kill you, but I'll kill you if I have to. What's the difference? Also, why is the door open with flowers? I'm actually curious why the door is open with the flowers. I'm assuming that he died because he wouldn't be alive if he wouldn't be alive, and he wouldn't like set it up with the door open if he was alive because he hates me. Yeah. I'm curious how he died though, because again, if the monster's still in it, I will say once is enough. Once with the monster is enough. Again, it's like the one thing holding the genre back is like the use of the jump scare every time. I think like one time is enough. Wait, I need lights inside the engine room actually. Wait. I have I can do power. I can do power. I put it in the dorms for some reason. I don't really know why I did. I just put it inside the dorms. I'm not sure why. Yeah. This game is good. It's really good. I'm thoroughly invested in the story. I really want to know what's going on. The dorms. Pop this. 1, 3, 6, 7. 6, 7. You know this too. Like, it is interesting that people. I mean, there's like many reasons why people take up alcohol, but it's especially interesting for a character that they still went on this mission despite being having their life fall apart. It makes you wonder like what their motivation was, right? Like what, not to say that like they're afraid of dying, but to say that like if they were doing all of that, what was the point of even coming along in this mission? What was the point of drinking all that? Like what's sort of going through a character's head? We only know so much about their past. We don't actually know what a character is thinking about. Because we are the character, we are given a history, but we are the monologue of our character going through this space. I'm curious to see how it continues to play out with the way that our character thinks, because was it because of the citizenship? Was it because they wanted to live on to be able to bring their child into the future for tomorrow? Is that the reason why we keep seeing that phrase everywhere? Is any of this even real, right? Going deeper, falling deeper into a hole, the connotations of that saying, right? For tomorrow, that we must hang on for tomorrow because I want to continue to be a good father. How is it all going to play out in relation to sort of what our character's been doing and sort of like the way that like they've been treating themselves? Need number 3 over here. Hello, what's your name? What's the engine guy's name? That scared the fuck out of me. My cigarette scared me. I need another smoke. Hello, please don't jump scare me. I'm sick of jump scares. I'm done with all the jump scares, please. If you're dead, just stay dead, please. 2nd of November. Fixed an issue with the engine filters. Right when brakes went under too much strain. Spoke to the pilot about it. Weird fucker. The right engine filter keeps breaking. November 4th. Keeping an inventory on hand here in the shed for now. Guess Strata dug up the first junk they could find for this mission. Desert times and all that. Idiots. November 5th. Piece of shit filter broke again. Down to 1 spare now. I have to do. You have nightmares. Always about Lilia and Vera. Miss them so goddamn much. November 7th. This mission was one big mistake from the start. Things go missing. Everyone acts like lunatics. The pilot, most of all. I bet my life he's risking this entire mission with that insane cassette of his. If Adamanko was too much of an idiot to steer the ship straight, I'll do it myself. Wait. Maybe that's why we have the cassette tape too. Maybe the reason why we have the cassette tape is because of the fact that it's built from our cassette tape. Maybe it's not just modified from a cassette tape, but like actually built from the one that we brought along with us for our son. Right? That has to be the reason why that cassette even exists here as something that we have. Fan component for a bigger machine. Because like otherwise, why else would you have the cassette here if it doesn't have a relation to Strata as a whole? And then the relationship between Strata and Vostok. Maybe it's not actually, because again, how much of this is real too? How much of this is like in the character's mind versus it's happening here at this moment in reality, in real life? How much of this is real? What do we really know about this world? Don't jump scare me. I'm gonna shit myself if you do. He died? Oh, he shit himself. Oh, thank God. Yeah, okay, good, nice. You shit yourself, good. I wonder too if like what the White Rabbit says about the monster is false. Is it that the monster that is here is not just a creature that has like abandoned our kind, but is actually a creature that takes after our kind, takes after our memories? What if that monster isn't even real and I'm the one killing people, right? Jump scare incoming? Fuck! Okay, thank you for warning me. I fucking hate it. God damn it. Again, it's not that jump scares are bad, but it is like... one time is more than enough. Like, one time is enough, and you don't need to do... See, like, you don't need to do more jump scares. Because again, if you do the jump scare and it's like, okay, now there's a monster coming for you, right? It's like, okay, that's like cool and all. This is the thing that like, this is the problem with the horror games. When they get too obsessed with the idea of a jump scare, I think the whole thing can just fall apart. And there's nothing left that you can do except for deal with this constant state of jump scares over and over and over. Because like now it's like, okay, now there's another jump scare I have to deal with, and that's cool and all, but what's the story relevance? You know what I mean? Like, it's now it's just farming clips. Now it's just farming clips, basically. And it's unfortunate, because again, when compared to the jump scare at the start, that was great. Because that feeling of safety compared with like where you are and like the idea of like the safety of your space, that's good. That's really good. But now the jump scare here of like the creature running after you and trying to eat you alive, it's like, okay, like that's cool and all, but like, I don't want this. There is no jump scare. You're scaring me. I don't know what's like real anymore. You're scaring me. I hope that there is a jump scare. Or maybe you're saying, see, hurry. He's telling me to like hurry up. He's telling me to hurry because like there's a monster. And you're saying it to fool me again. Don't linger. Don't linger. I know. Just kind of like, I don't know. Like again, it's like, how do I say this? When it has a story purpose, I do think that it's interesting. To remain still is to be buried. Like, it's interesting when you have like a story element to a jump scare. The tree! It's the tree! Maybe that's where I buried my child. I need to smoke. I still need to fix the engines. That's true! They wouldn't jump scare me if I have to fix the engines. That's true. Why would they jump scare me if I have to fix the engines, right? They wouldn't do that to me. That'd be mean. I do need to fix it, but I was actually more curious about this because I was curious to see what would happen. Wait, can I do this first, or do I have to do this button first? Nah, I can do it all at once. Yeah, that's good. So now that full power is back, what happens to the lights? Like what's inside the like dorms now? But yeah, I hope that there's no more jump scares, because again, it's like the one thing holding the game back from like greatness is like, and again, every horror game has this problem, and I don't know why every horror game falls for the same trap of like, we have to keep scaring the player. It's like you don't have to keep scaring the player. Like just the unsettling nature of it is enough. It's my one. Maybe not. No spoilers. You know what? Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I hope it's not though. I don't know. I'm like, and I've heard other people like give this criticism of the genre too. But I think their reasons for the criticism are like less interesting. Like their reasons are always, it's not that scary to be jumped at, and I'm like, you are insane. I feel like it is terrifying to be jumped at. If you jump at me in real life, I am gonna scream too, right? So it's like, it's still terrifying. My criticism is always based around it holds the game back from its greatness and like what it could be, and like having to go through this whole thing of like, oh no, something's there, it's spooking you out. It just hurts. It hurts the potential of the game and like what it could be, versus necessarily the fact that it's not scary. I think it's fucking terrifying. In my mind, it's absolutely terrifying. Right? But again, because I know what the monster looks like, it's like I don't really like. It's that weird thing too of like when you see the monster is no longer scary. It's like I don't really care if there's no time. Like it doesn't really matter. Could be that the monster jumps at me now. Could be that the monster like they'll jump at me later. Like it doesn't really matter. Airflow fuel pumps. I did this wrong, didn't I? I did it in the wrong order, didn't I? Oh, I did. I just didn't screw these back in. Oops, sorry. It's funny too, because like, even years ago, this was like the same problem that Amnesia had, where when you play Amnesia, it's like, oh, there's like a thing chasing you. It's like, oh, you see it now. It's like scary. It's like gonna eat you alive. When you see it, it's like, oh man, it's like now you gotta deal with this thing that's like chasing you. It's like, oh man, but I've seen it. It's no longer scary. Always, hey, my cigarette. Oh my god, it stays in here. Hey, wait, maybe I can. Do you think I could? No, stop. Go back. God, these are so annoying. God, this thing is so annoying. Please. Put me back, please. I want to fill it with like smoke, please. Let me fill it with smoke, please. Please. Okay, remember that when you have it out, left clicking still puts you in. Okay, wait, if I do this right, we can fill this. It's gonna. Chat, I don't know if you've ever been in a smoker's room. It's so fucking disgusting. There's like shit everywhere. There's cigarettes all on the floor. It's actually nasty. Pop one out. Just throw it away. Just immediately throw it away. There we go. Pop one out. Throw it away. Let's fill this bad boy. Let's fill her up. You know what? This all has to be in my head because there's no way that I have this many cigarettes. This is magical. It's like a vape with the amount of smoking that you can do. This is gonna take a while. Wait, this is gonna take a while. there we go. See, that's a good spot. Okay, random side quest. Side quest. Fill the tube with smokes for later. Cause a fire. Side quest. Cause a fire. I just want to see what it looks like when it's fully stacked up, right? Because it doesn't seem like there's any limit. It seems like you just keep on going. It seems like you have infinite cigarettes. Do you think the game will crash? Go here. Smoke it. Come on. Smoke it. Smoke it. Smoke it. Smoke it. This is it. If the game crashes, I think I'll stop playing for it today just because I do have to go soon anyways, but if it doesn't crash, then we finish the game in one single day. It all depends on the stability of this cigarette thing, okay? How many cigarettes will it take before you fully crash? And also, will it despawn cigarettes after a while? I've seen other games do this, like, actually like most games now, where they'll have the like random stuff on the floor. It'll despawn sort of like randomly when it gets to a certain point. I might be halfway done with this game. Oh shit, okay, maybe it's like... Actually for 2 hours, I think I have... No, I don't have 2 hours. I have maybe half... I have like half an hour left. I have half an hour left. Okay, we fill this. We do the final objective here. We crawl through this because I'm curious to see what it looks like if we crawl through it. And we finish it next time. It was just bad timing. I should have started this on like a fresh day versus, I think, an existing day. And I should have realized that the person who recommended me this game, his idea of short games is not short. I had another shorter game, horror game to play, which is more of like a roguelike-ish type of thing. So I should have played that instead of this. But it's fine because this game is a masterpiece. Except for if it repeats a jump scare, it becomes a 8 out of 10. If it doesn't, if it only does one jump scare and it uses it for story purposes, it's a 9 out of 10. That's how good this game is. It's only got like a minor flaw, which is a major genre flaw that like every single horror game gets into. But otherwise, it's the best game. It's also... Is this full enough? So how do I get these out? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's the point of the fuse. POV, you enter like a smoker's home and you have to like... And you drop something under their desk. Oh, sorry, can I crawl under there and then grab this, really quick? Yeah, sure, man. Yeah, sure, man. Because they're smoking, right? Yeah, sure, man. Yeah, just reach under there. And you find like a spit jar in the corner and like a bunch of cigarettes, all like half-life burns. But they don't like smoke everything because they're rich, right? I have noticed like if you're rich and you smoke, the one thing that you do is that you don't like throw everything away. The way that you smoke is that you like smoke everything and you like smoke it down to the butt. When you're rich, sorry, when you're poor, you smoke it down to the very, very filter, and you're trying your best, and your finger gets like burned on it. Okay, when you're rich, you take just a couple of smokes until it tastes bad, and you throw it away, and then you light a new one afterwards. Rich people don't get it. Okay, I gotta hold the crystal to make myself feel alive. And like everybody else over here is like, it's like just like, oh yeah, I'll just smoke a little bit and then I'll just keep it going from like there. Rich people just don't get it. This is why we eat the rich, okay? If you're a smoker, you eat the rich person who smokes and he tastes like tobacco. So you get like your daily dose of tobacco from the smoker's meat. Wait! Holy shit, chat. Cow that we train to smoke cigarettes. So when we eat the meat, you also get the tobacco. You get like a tobacco steak. How come no one's ever used tobacco within cooking? I guess it tastes like shit, but like, it should be doable, right? Cancer, yeah, exactly. Cancer steak. Exactly, cancer steak. Oh, it's just a little cancer steak. Oh, it's just a little cancer steak that I'm swallowing whole. It's fine. Just a little cancer steak. It's okay. It's all good. But that's the thing. The cancer steak would like give you the same feeling, right? It would give you the same feeling, and it would taste better than smoking. I don't know if that's true. Like I smoked like once or twice back then just to try it, and I was like, this shit sucks. I was like, you guys kill yourself for this? This thing sucks. Oh, that was my child. Hi, son. And it's like, okay, like, because the thing is, right? At least alcohol, okay? I've had drinks where it makes you feel like, okay, I could drink on a daily basis. This is a drink that I'm willing to throw my life away for. Because that drink, like there was a drink at the wedding. No, at a, oh, it was something called Blue Oasis or something, okay? That drink was fucking amazing. Chat, you wouldn't believe how good that drink was. It was like, it tasted like candy. I was like, holy shit, this thing is amazing. It tastes like real candy. I was like, I could eat this every single day. Oh. Are you ready? Throw it. It's like trash all over the floor, like holy shit. Oh my god, clean up your desk. Jesus Christ, there's like shit all over your like desk. God damn it. I hate coming over to your home. It fucking sucks over here, man. All you do is you smoke and you throw it on the goddamn floor, and it makes all this shit stink. What the hell is all this here? No signs of stress. Boop, boop, boop. Smoke it. Side quest complete. Side quest complete. But yeah, I feel like drinking has at least the taste factor, right? Like I can see why people become alcoholic if certain drinks taste really good. Or if you eat certain foods with like certain it's too loud, sorry. The engine room breaks my ears. If you eat certain foods with like the steak, then I think it like with alcohol, then there's like an interesting flavor profile, right? What about vapes? I think they're okay. I get the point of like a vape that like tastes like watermelon or like I don't know, like cotton candy, right? But the thing about the cotton candy thing is that it's not really tasty so much as it is like I don't know. It's like how do I say this? It's like interesting that there is the cotton candy flavor and stuff, but it's like it's still missing the thing that you really want from an alcoholic drink, which is that it is the primary flavor profile. You know what I mean? Like the primary flavor profile is the drink itself. It has like a sweetness to it, or it has like an interesting sort of like a fruit flavor to it, right? It's like a good apple cider or something, right? It's like very different from say like hello, hi son. It's like very different from something like I don't know, like a vape where like I feel like the vape sort of falls apart when you actually like taste it because it's like sure it doesn't feel like it fills you or it lingers in you or it doesn't coat your tongue. It feels like at least the way that I've heard it described is it doesn't taste interesting. What it feels like is it doesn't taste interesting. What it feels like is it tastes like it's like, hey son. It feels like you do it because it smells tasty and like the smell is like a different dimension of flavor, right? which is okay. Like it's fine for it to be a different dimension of flavor through smell. But I feel like the thing about drinks that makes them very good is that like the flavor sticks to your tongue and you really taste it. Is that my son? I don't think that is my son. Are you my son? My theory was that you were my son. You are not my son, but you do look funny. But you are not my son. But you see what they mean by like the games, like it's the mole man. Okay, because I think about this. Okay, what is the point of this? What is the point of this chase scene? What's the point of this chase scene? I don't really get it. It doesn't really seem like there's much of a point to this chase scene. It doesn't really feel like there's like much of a point to the monster chasing me, trying to kill me and stuff. It's like okay at best, but it doesn't really feel like the monster chasing me is leading to a story moment where it's like that relief, right? Because the thing that was interesting was the relief between... I'll understand at the end. Okay, yeah, I had the feeling. But it's like... What? Why can't I kick the doors? Hey, look. Why am I allowed to kick these like doors? What? But yeah, it's the first jump scare, that like relief at the end when you go back to that room of your past and you're able to sort of like see your son pick him up from the freezer because you have to keep it cold. That was good. That was very interesting. I think that was a great sort of like style of storytelling, and it's actually one of the few creative uses of a jump scare for storytelling that I've ever seen before, right? But here it's like, why is the monster chasing me? I don't really know. All I know is I just want to kick every single door, and it doesn't really matter if they're chasing me. Hey, check this out. Look, look, look. I have a room for you. Stop. I have a room for you. Stop it. Stop. Look, I have a room for you. Stop. Sorry, there's rooms everywhere. You don't have to eat me. You can sleep in there. Can kick doors, but can't kick the monster. It'd be too... That's the thing, too, is like... I think when you examine it like that, too, like, that's where jump scare monsters and stuff sort of fall apart, is that it all of a sudden you realize that there's sort of no point to you and the monster. Like the monster is this like artificial thing to push you forward. Like it's like, and again, it's why I think games that are specifically about not pushing you and the monster forward, but like actually make it so that the monster sort of like is there but not trying to kill you. Like you know what I mean? Door 311. Door 311. Like it's more interesting when the monster isn't trying to kill you. There you go. It's interesting in the moment of like, you know, when you have to get the monster to do like the jump scare for the story, but the jump scare for like the monster chasing you. Like it's like when you really examine what the monster is, it doesn't really feel that terrifying, and then you realize like the whole thing falls apart. See, because like why couldn't he do that before? If I stand still here, nothing happens too. Like this is why I feel like whatever games have jump scares, especially horror games, I feel like they hold themselves back from their true potential. Because that whole sequence was like cool, but I really wanted to see everything around me, and like I wasn't afraid because it happened once now. Or, like it's no longer scary. It's like, okay, well now you've ruined now the illusion of fear is ruined. Like the story is interesting and it carries itself, but I was most afraid when I didn't know what was going to happen. And if I never know what's going to happen, then it's terrifying. Sorry, that was a funny run animation. That was a funny run animation. Like he looks like, monster knocked out. Yeah, I mean, I still do think it's like it's like meant to represent his son, the way that it like appears and stuff, right? And like the way that like it's like meant to show you your past that you're trying to avoid, and like the thing that you want to go towards, but it's like I'm no longer afraid, and so like that fear is gone. Because like, okay, this is the other thing too. In a horror game, when you get rid of the fear, you're left with tedium. And I don't think tedium is a good place to be in for a video game. I think tedium, especially for a horror game, can be very frustrating. When all you have is tedium, it can feel so painful. You're safe, but you know you can't run from the past forever. If you're to overcome it, then you must face it head on. Okay, then open the door. As long as you are in here, I can hold it all off. I don't know. I just sort of feel like, I don't know, the jump scare thing, it had such a good system going on without a jump scare that it didn't need it. And then when it decided to do the jump scare, it was like, okay, like that's cool and all, but the first time was really cool. It's like, I don't know. Without spoilers, you feel like the end will make me think about everything in a different light. I mean, I already sort of get the point of like the whole, this is meant to make you think about your past, and like this is the son, like you're running away from the visage of your son and the past of like who they are. Like I sort of get the point of the symbolism that they're trying to go towards, right? But I don't think it's gonna make me see the game and the failures of the jump scare portions in a different light. Like, again, it's like you go through that hallway and it's like you're trying to find the correct room, right? Like if we examine that scene and you see everyone hanging as if they all want to sort of like, as if they're all killed, like either they were hung by somebody or they hung themselves, right? And like all those rooms, right? You can sort of infer a lot of details about what's going on with the story there. But it still makes me sort of go like, okay, it goes by in a blur and then this like creature is chasing me. And still, that whole time, I felt like tedium versus necessarily that excitement. Again, the first jump scare was a good choice. I think it was a good choice because they immediately put you back into the game in the sense of like, okay, now you're gonna like go back to the story and then go through it. But now that they're doing it again, it's sort of like and because that payoff of like that safety doesn't feel the same in terms of like the connection to the story, insofar as like that like interesting angle with your son, like. I feel like there's like less reason for this jump scare to be here, because even examining all that stuff, it's like what is the significance of like room 311? Why was I kicking down the doors? Because you were anyway. Why couldn't I kick the monster? I kicked the monster at the very end. It's like, it's just there's a lot of like weird things that you have to write off to make the story at that point work for you all of a sudden now. And it's like, okay, now that I'm doing that, it sort of feels like, okay, well, now I distinctly remember that I'm playing a game. It's a very weird space to be in. You forget, but what was the first jump scare? It was the one where you go up to the room where Frasenko gets it, like he calls you on the phone and he's like, come up to my room, and then he starts screaming and you see his body gone, and then you realize that like he like died there. But you also realize that he was already dead, that whoever was calling you wasn't him, that voice is coming from the monster or like something, that voice is coming from somewhere. It's either the monster or the white rabbit, but I don't think the white rabbit would like do that to you, right? But like that was an interesting jump scare, because when you would jump scare and you ran away, you ran into your room and into the washroom. You ended up in your presumably your old apartment, and you got the neural cassette and you put it into the TV. It leads to that feeling of safety and comfort, and it draws that contrast, that symbolism between the safety of like, you know, of the past, of clinging on to what was there, versus the reality and the horror of facing the truth head on. Compared to this one, I struggled to make sense of what this one was, even though I had more time and less stress trying to think about it, right? I can imagine myself in that stressful state because I can imagine my own feelings. And even with that, I don't really know what the point of that hallway sequence was in terms of the storytelling, except for maybe like a responsibility thing. Maybe he feels some sort of guilt towards the way that like everyone around him is like taking this, and or maybe that hanging was meant to represent him. Maybe the character that we see there, maybe we too are bald. I don't really know. Maybe everyone becomes bald here. I have no clue. But so far we've only seen one bald person, and it's Frasenko, and even the engine guy had like a crew cut. So maybe something else is like slightly different, right? But maybe that's the meaning. Maybe like the reality is like where we are, right? And like what's happening to us, right? But then it's like, okay, well that's interesting and all, but then what was the point of the jump scare? Is it because we're coming to terms with our own death? Is it because it's meant to be scary that we come to terms with our own death? With our own death, that we're trying to find a way to get through it? And then the rooms themselves, like when you kick down the doors, the way that you see the chains, the way that you see those hostel beds, right? I can sort of draw that parallel to the idea of like, you hear that somebody is in the hospital and you love them so much, and you rush over to the hostel that you're sort of frantically trying to find them, right? And so you're frantically looking room to room to try to see them, right? Like, it's interesting to sort of see that, but it still makes you wonder, what's the point of the jump scare? For you, after playing and seeing the ending, a lot of stuff here makes a lot more sense. I'm not talking about it making sense. I'm talking about, from a narrative standpoint, could you have done that narrative without the jump scare, and would it have still been as effective? Because the only jump scare that really hit me as like that was a beautiful jump scare, the way that it was constructed, was the first jump scare. That second jump scare felt more like tedium than actual interesting storytelling. Like the first jump scare draws that symbolism and puts it directly into the player's feeling, actually gives you that same visceral feeling as the character of that fear of like what's going on, the inability to face it, versus the comfort of retreating back into your safe space. But this one is like, it's doing the same thing, but because it's doing the same thing, it feels like tedium. It feels rote. It feels like it's just a thing that you do over and over and over again, which might be the intention too. It might be the intention that like you are no longer supposed to be afraid. It might be the intention why it's set up that way is to make you feel like, oh, you keep running to your safe space, but it never really makes me like afraid anymore. But like that's the point. Like now you feel the character in their weariness. Like maybe the beginning was like the character being shocked by their inability to grasp reality, and maybe now onwards every jump scare is the player understanding the weariness and like the tedium of having to constantly run away from the truth instead of being able to face it. In a way, it's like the player coming to the realization of like, if I just turn around and deal with this, then I can just deal with it and just move on. You know what I mean? I can sort of see that frustration being an interesting design point, actually, now that I think about it, of like getting the player to think about that. But it's like it's so hard. Like it's so hard to pull that off, and it feels so tedious to go through that segment multiple times, because again, you have to like, there's like, you only get 2 chances when the monster touches you the first time, and then you have to like find the correct door to like find which door it is. You have to look very carefully because it's chasing after you very very quickly. It's like it is, and again, I'm not saying that the game is bad, okay? I would even argue it's still a 9 out of 10 with that other way of thinking about the second jump scare as like you placing the player into the mindset of, dude, just get over it now. Just move on, face your fears, face what's going on, actually deal with that directly now so that I don't have to deal with it through you. I think that's an interesting narrative decision, made possible only because of the jump scare and the way that it forces you to go through it in character as your character. I think it's still a 9 out of 10 because of that, but I don't know if that's me attributing too much meaning, and maybe the curtains are just blue. I don't really know if that's true. Yeah, like I'm not saying that I won't enjoy the game. Like the game narrative and like what's going on is still really good, but I do think of it as like, man, like jump scares are starting to fall apart for me. But I am now like, I do really want to keep on going though. Like I know I should go to get some things ready for tomorrow for like work and stuff, but I do want to keep on going just a lot more because it is interesting. Hello, streamer. You're taking a break. Good. Take a break. Take a break. Have a Kit Kat. Right? The ads are working on them. Sir, we have direct evidence that the ads are working on someone, sir. We believe that that's 6, 7. 7. Perfect. Y18X67. I keep hearing that I have to like hold it to turn it, but yeah, I still do think that I'm gonna enjoy the ending too. Like it is an interesting take on like the story and like the way that it's built. It's just like, how do I say this? I was more afraid of Iron Lung the entire time because you never saw something chase you, or like something happen until the very end. And at the beginning of the game, I was most afraid, and I think I was most in tune with the character when I was afraid at the very beginning, when I didn't know what was gonna happen to me. But again, it's a flaw of the genre. I'm not saying it's a flaw of the game. It's a flaw of the genre that it really is the easiest tool to reach to like build some narrative points. And I'm hoping that it is not a curtains are blue situation, and that they actually did think about that weariness part, that idea of like the player disconnecting from the character. Because at first you are the character, and I do hope that you will eventually disconnect from the character, and I hope that they thought about that from a narrative perspective, because that is an interesting way to use jump scares as a way to build a frustration in the player with the character's actions, even though we're in control of it. Because if we were the monster, like if we were the player, we would just slap the monster, and like I would just slap the monster and say, okay, cut the crap. All right, my son's dead. All right, get over it. Get the hell out of here. You know what I mean? Like I would just move on. You know, but like that, I'm hoping that it's that and not a curtains are blue thing. I'm really hoping that the curtains are not just blue, and that they did think about that, because that would be a really interesting way to do that narrative point, and actually like give that deeper meaning to the mechanic, which is like would be rarely seen as well. Y18X67. Y18X67. What do I think of the puzzle aspects of the game? Really good. I actually think that the puzzles are very interesting. That's also a very good question because I haven't really talked about it much. But like the way that there's like a very limited amount of physicality is, I think, a very interesting touch to the game's puzzles. It's sort of the thing that I talked about before of how like it's weird how Amnesia and Soma and like sort of like that company's games and that style of game is the only style of game that has that physicality, right? But unlike Half-Life 2 and Amnesia and so on, because the entire landscape isn't a physical puzzle. 6-7! Thank you for recognizing real. Because the entire landscape isn't that physical realm, it doesn't cause your brain to like think of ways to like, you know what's a puzzle and you know what's not, which helps cut down on the frustration without making it seem tedious and or sort of like what's the word again? What's the word? Contrive. It's a good way of scoping exactly the puzzles down to when you need it. And it's not really like full physics, it's specifically like the motions you have to go through. It's interesting that it immerses you into it. So like, one, the UX and like the UI and like the way that you stumble upon these puzzles, fantastic. The puzzles themselves are interesting. It's sort of interesting how like there's a mix of like the sort of like puzzle likes, which is sort of like stuff like this where you have to like follow a checklist and remember the steps to do it correctly. And then you have actual puzzles, which is like, okay, fuse box, what do you need for here? Okay, fan, you gotta screw this thing in. Those are like the lighter puzzles. What other puzzles were there? The puzzle with like the birthday thing, for instance, that was an interesting and a very well thought out puzzle. I really enjoyed the idea of having to correlate different pieces of evidence together to get a sense of like what exactly you were trying to pinpoint down based on the questions that the person was asking of you, right? The idea of like, the birthday, the happiest day. It's both a narrative point of like, this is what I believe to be my son's happiest day, but also a puzzle point of like, figure out the birthday based on their birth date, what year it is now, when they had their birthday, when things happen, right? This correlation of like time and I saw that. Very good. Again, the puzzle likes, I sort of hold them in the same light as like other puzzle likes, where I'm like, the puzzle likes are okay. Like it's neither good nor bad. It's just sort of here. It's neither here nor there. It's just sort of it's a whatever thing. You follow the steps. You do the steps. The steps sort of play out and it's sort of done. Really, the thing that like I hope to see more of are those real puzzles, like in the phone booth. I'm really hoping that those puzzles. I should continue playing. It gets addicting. The problem is I do have to go soon. We'll do this one thing, but I do have to go soon. And we'll have to go soon to get things done. Because unfortunately, this is not my full-time job. If I made $1 million from this, easy. But this, I gotta do stuff. Autopilot. Nice. Okay, can I leave now? Hello? Can I leave now? I don't really care about the monster. What the hell is this? What? Is this a shower? Oh, it's an elevator. Oh. I thought it was a shower. I don't know why I thought it was a shower. Sorry. That was a weird thing to relate this to. Can I bug this? Wait, this is kind of buggy, no? Uh-oh. wait. Oh. Oh, the sun that never sets. The light of consciousness is the most precious thing that any citizen may ever know. May own, never let go. This is your favorite part, you would think. Yeah, okay, this is... Okay, good. I'm excited to see what this is, yeah. Still, hopefully no spoilers, but... yeah, just to try your best not to spoilers. Except for jump scares. Actually, even jump scares, it's like... I wouldn't mind feeling the jump scare as it is to see if it's effective. Because I think some jump scares are more effective than others. But usually, like, jump scares are usually just like loud noise, sudden movement, and then it's scary. But it's like, you know... Yeah, ideally no spoilers, but I am curious to see how this would feel like. Never let go. A sun that never sets. And again, it's interesting that relation to like our sun is in the mind of the system and our sun is our sun, and then this thing says the sun that never sets. It's a very fascinating way of saying things. Should I be pressing every button? I don't actually know. Hello? Oh, the hospital. Hey. Again, I think the room was playing to the idea of when you get to a hospital and you really need to go see your son to see what the hell is going on with them, and you're trying to rush in to find their room. I think that's what that room was trying to play towards, but I'll see. And I'm still hoping that the curtains aren't just blue, and that the horror segment jump scares are meant to make the player feel frustrated, to disconnect from the character, so as to like really drill in that point of contention between your desire for him to get over it and the reality of how hard it is to get over trauma. Like, it's very difficult to get over trauma and like these painful things, right? Like it's people don't just get over it. It's very difficult. 11th of April. Eatly morning. Wait, chat. Look, it says Eatly morning. It says Eatly morning. Or is it the font rendering doing the R too short? I think that's a T. Yeah, that's a T. It's the same T as over here. It's Eatly morning. 11th and April 11th was the date at the beginning of the game, which sometimes flickered on the monitor. April 11th, 1960 something. That was the date that would sometimes flicker on the monitor as if to say something. What's interesting is that date was 1960s. Our son was born in 1974. So they were born after whatever this was. So what is the significance of this? Nizhny Novgorod. I don't know what the fuck this is. Goron City suffering multiple earthquakes. 11th of April, Eatly morning, the first of an ongoing series of earthquakes struck Goron City. The events have led to several power plants failing. The city center is at the time of writing ravaged by countless fires. More recent reports also indicate that nearly all types of electronics in the city have been rendered unusable. Authorities have yet to comment on if this is a natural phenomenon or some kind of coordinated attack. The seemingly ever-escalating nature of the disaster has, however, already led to some dubbing it as the Matryoshka. So this is the Matryoshka instance. What's interesting is that series of earthquakes, several power plants failing. It's sort of like the same modum operandus as the White Rabbit signal. And it's interesting to see that this happened much further in the past. We know that based on other contextual clues that Strata, the company, this mining company, has already had a previous incident. And presumably the previous incident was this incident, whatever the Matryoshka instance was. But was it also connected to the White Rabbit at the time? I don't really know. But again, these like dolls, the way that they're sort of like smaller versions of each other, as if they're Matryoshka dolls. Interesting to see it. Have you lost someone? Lost myself. Yeah, see? The rooms. 311 probably. Here, look. To lose a loved one is the worst pain a person can go through. And again, if the curtains aren't blue and the game is using these tedious jump scares to really hammer in that point, that the player feels the tedium compared to the character and the way that the player loses their humanity and then says, okay, well, just get over it, even though it's a traumatic, like, truly traumatic event for the character themselves. I hope that's the genius behind why the jump scares have gotten less interesting in terms of the storytelling compared to the first one, even though there's only been one of the jump scare, okay? I'm hoping that that's why, and they're leading in that. The world is not fair. This is something we learned from early in our lives. But it doesn't have to be this way. Through a revolutionary new technology, the Vostok Initiative offers you a chance to never let go. With our state-of-the-art cassettes, a person's mind can be transferred just before the moment of passing, so that you never have to truly say goodbye. And who knows? Someday, you might be able to see each other again. Again, incredibly manipulative company that they're willing to even say that. Because it's like, okay, why would you even have this? Also, speak again is different from see each other again. Is this different? Why is there like a different... What? There's an entirely different piece of text there. What? Oh. That's interesting. Through revolutionary neuroarchival technology, the Vostok Initiative offers a final chance to preserve what matters most. Using a state-of-the-art memory cassettes, a human consciousness can be transferred most before biological death. A voice, a memory, a presence preserved. So you never should have to say goodbye, because one day you may even speak again. It's the way that they it's also interesting actually. It's interesting that like it changes the text from speak again to versus see each other again. Is that intentional or is that like a miswriting? Because like see each other again gives a very different connotation in terms of like the maliciousness of the company versus speak again. Because speaking to somebody is interesting in that you can just speak to somebody in like a broken form, right? It's the same thing that we see today of people making AIs of their dead family to like speak and give speeches within courts, which we've seen. In real life, this has happened. People give speeches, have like made their AI family give speeches within court, which is crazy talk, but that's what people have done, okay? It's that same concept of like you can speak with them, but it's not really them. So who you're really speaking to, no one really knows. But seeing each other again, that's a promise that the company makes to manipulate people to take part in the Vostok Initiative, to put money towards the Vostok Initiative, to even try to like tug at someone's heartstrings during this traumatic moment to get them to spend money on this bullshit, right? Which it works, but to what degree? Who knows? Because we know it works because of the Hersenium crystal, or the Herstenium crystal, something. Which is also interesting because like that crystal again, the tie of like how is this tied to Vostok Initiative and also the like the White Rabbit. If you know a patient, what emergency no confidential. If you know a patient who has been confirmed deceased, speak. Do not, under any circumstances, listen to what they're saying. Oh my god. Well, that's interesting. Is it that even when you die, people come back to life? 1980, this was when we got this was also the same date as when we got the pay stub, like the bill from the Vostok Initiative. Is it the White Rabbit signal that's causing this too then as well? Or is the White Rabbit signal separate from whatever is causing these people to speak in their death? And how much of it is true versus how much of it is false? DMZ, Goron City Hospital 12, yep. Patient progress notes. Elena Morozova. Who is Elena? Elena Morozova. Patient still without appetite. Lucid, but under continuous distress. Exposure to signal paradoxically seemed to elevate some symptoms. Reinstate IV 24 hours. Place signal recording at 2-hour intervals. Wait, this is one of the people who went down in the depths. This is one of the people who went down in the depths. Those portraits that we saw on the wall, she was the second person to have gotten to like the 3,000 depths. So she's in the hospital now. She has no appetite. She's lucid. She's always under distress. Exposure to the signal alleviates symptoms. And April 13th. So April 11th is when the disaster happened. It's when the Matryoshka incident happened. Elena must have been there, and maybe she was pulled out, and then April 12th she's here. April 13th, patient catatonic without constant exposure to signal, experiences sudden bursts of activity, speaks an unknown but seemingly coherent language, which is the language that we keep hearing on the phones and stuff. Keeps sedated to make sure to never handle without proper support staff. April 14th, arranged for immediate patient transfer to specialist hospital. Law enforcement notified. That's interesting. And it's fascinating to look at the date on these notes too. The date is April 10th. Sorry, the date is October 10th. They approved it on October 1st, and then they were going to do it on that moment. But why was it so far past April that these notes are being written? Was that like it's also hard to tell because like in a game where the writing matters a lot, and like the writing is very important to tell the story, and like what you read matters a lot. These small discrepancies, like on that poster versus its zoomed in form, makes it difficult for me to know what's an intentional piece of information to try and to try and infer things from to like think about versus a mistake. Like, is it a mistake that it says October 10th here? Was it just a thing that they sort of like mindlessly put there because of this mistake of like the text being here different from the poster, or was it intentional that it references notes from a long time ago? I have no clue. The family of Daniel Petrov which is us, I think. No, this is not us. In number 282, had paid the Vostok procedure, but the patient had suddenly died last night. So the nurses on staff missed the recording window. How do we handle this? What do we tell them? No, this is my son. Danil Petrova, yeah. Petrova, different ways of saying it. The cigarettes that I smoke. They missed the recording window. So that is my son. So that is my son. Okay, so whatever this thing is on the thing is my son. No, it isn't. It's a different person. Oh. Wait, what's my son's name? Wait, so then this is just saying... Okay, so if it is a different person, then it's just saying that, like, it's sort of up to that moment of capturing... Why do they need the final moments? That's interesting, too. It's like, why do they wait for the final moments? Is it to capture everything so as to not miss anything at all? Why is their final moment so important for the capture? It's like, I guess it's... well, I mean... Then who is this person? This person must be whatever this creature is, which we know about. This is the thing chasing us the entire time, and they're there. I can't see myself on the camera. I am about to find out. Okay, no more spoilers. No more spoilers. Okay, okay, spoiler is like, okay, I don't mind corrections. I don't mind corrections if I'm wrong, unless it's something that I can figure out via, like, if it's a puzzle type of correction, then it's like, okay, let me figure it out. If it's like I'm about to find out, like, it's like saying, it's like watching a comedy movie and then saying, oh, this part is so funny. It's like, thanks, man. I'm really gonna laugh at this part now. I'm really gonna laugh knowing that it's funny, and it's gonna, like, either blow my mind and I'll still laugh, or it's gonna underplay my expectations and I won't laugh as much. You know? Again, the excitement is there, and I don't mind the excitement, but it is like, you have to be careful. Gotta be careful about, like, how much do you do, right? So that was that. Well, whatever that thing was, looks a lot like the thing chasing us, which is very interesting, the way that looks. And they say that when someone is deceased, don't listen to them, because when you listen to them, it's gonna feel bad. So that's 3. Is that 211? No, that's this room. 282 is in this room. That says like 211 or 311. So there's a TV in here, and there's a 3 down there, a number 3. So based on where the camera is looking, this is looking down the hall. The TV's in that corner. That one's here. This was looking down the hall. The number of that door is 312. I think. It's either 312 or 313, but it's kind of weird. Yeah, so there's a 3 in the floor. What's that useful for? Let's see. Yeah, it's good to be excited about games, but especially when like because you've played the game. This is a good hint to remember. If you want people to understand why the game that you love is so good, you have to let them experience it. To share your experience is one thing, to some degree of like, I love this game, this is my favorite part, and stuff like that. But even that, in a way, can be risky, because again, when you set an expectation, it sort of warps one's perception of the thing itself. It's almost always better to just let the person go through it. If they have questions about like basics and stuff, I think that's important to answer. If they have questions about something that's sort of like there and asking like, is that my son? Is that my name, son? Is that the name of my son? Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I would even argue that like that's interesting enough to let them think about it, right? Unless somebody says outright, okay, now I need help, chat. I almost think it's all like, especially when you show things to your friends, you never want to be the person to ruin their enjoyment of the experience, to ruin the moment when they get to experience what this is, because you want them to feel what it is that you felt. It's actually like critical, I think, too, especially for, you know, whenever you hang out with other people or you show things. Saturn eating his son. Saturn, why did you eat your son? No, the doors, no. I'm a firefighter. Wait, no, this is not a firefighter. This is me going into the room, realizing that my son was in a fire. Maybe that's why they look so deformed the way that they are, in the sense of like the skin is slot off. Evil doctor. What, is that John F. Kennedy? Is that Lyndon B. Johnson? John F. Kennedy. Lyndon B. Johnson? What am I looking at? That's a keyhole. It's very dark. But that was a fire happening in that room when we were there, and the fire was burning things down. You also thought he was JFK too, right? It looks so suspiciously like JFK. I guess like JFK does have like a very generic look to him. Not to say that like he's a generic person, but it is like it's like, oh, there's like the archetype of like, this is JFK. You know what I mean? So it is possible to end up in a space where it's like, oh yeah, this is like you know what it is? Also too, there's a lookalike for every single person out there. I'm on a rocket ship. I'm an alien on a rocket ship. I'm so happy. Saturn eating his son. What's the connotations of Saturn eating his son? It's very much on the nose of like you eat your son, right? But is it about the ways that like parenthood can affect a child, or is it literally about the mythology? Because it's one thing about the mythology, but is it also specifically about some implied message of like what Saturn does to their son, in the sense of like the way that we live our lives and the way that we affect the people around us, our children, with the way that we are, right? Because that fire too, did we start smoking before or was it after our child? I don't know. That's the interesting part too. It was like, did we start smoking because of what happened, or was it drinking because of what happened, and a child and the smoking caused the fire? The depression that we slip into, right? Who does this look like? They look so goddamn familiar. It's almost like this. I've seen this person on like a show or something, or like UFC or something. I don't know. It's like very. You know this? A game where you try to convince people that somebody is someone else. Mecha Chameleon, but like with like portraits, would be kind of good. John Cena. I don't see it. I don't see a John Cena. I think John Cena has like a rough look to him, but he's also got like a softness to him that like kind of works in his benefit. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like it's not just that like heaviness to him. So that's the eyeball that we saw on the TV. And it could have been the White Rabbit signal, but I'm not actually sure what that is. But it's like similar enough to the idea of what the White Rabbit signal showed us that it could be that. And that creature, that's the creature that they brought into the hospital. What if the Matryoshka instance, what if it brought this creature, what if the creature is a creature and is not a patient, and it brought it in and it ate my child? You know what I mean? No, but it can't be. It must be that like that is my child after they burned to death in that fire back at home, and then I was trying to find my son, and I should have kept him walking, but I thought I was stuck there. Director Board questions Strata. Strata, here we go. Maris Demchenko, a senior representative of the once dominant mining and energy conglomerate Strata, has been summoned by the Directorate Board. Demchenko has answered questions about a possible connection between the so-called Matryoshka incident and the M12 mission, which is we're M13 at the moment, right? A Strata-sponsored expedition that launched earlier this month to go underground. The expedition was the first mission of its kind undertaken by Strata in over 9 years. A second expedition has now been proposed, this time to be led by veteran geonaut Stepan Adamenko. The goal of this expedition is said to be to investigate why the M12 lost contact with the surface. Oh yeah, I forgot that they also lost contact. Oops. Though Strata is claimed to have no hope of finding their crew still alive. And finding worms. Oh, my head! That is a morbid cartoon. Seven. That is a morbid cartoon. That like the duck's head got like ripped off of its face. You know what I mean? Because that's messed up. Imagine seeing that as a kid and you think to yourself like, holy shit, Dad, what was that? Dad, what did you make me watch? Why is it so scary, Dad? No. Is this a stealth segment? I fucking hate stealth segments. Please tell me it's not a stealth segment. It's so goddamn boring. Yeah, it's interesting to like see it. So it was 3-7. 3-7. What's the point of it being 3-7? I really hope it's not a stealth segment. Again. Look, see? Okay, run towards me, hit me. Hit me. It's again, this is I'm really hoping that it's not like another one of these like weird stealth segments where you get to hide and stuff. Because again, the pain point is always when a game overdoes its like attempts at like the jump scare horror stuff within like the horror genre, and it gets too lost in the sauce of like, okay, let's just run towards someone and let's like throw something towards someone, right? Hello, child, hello. Because again, it'll throw you out of the mix, and it's like, okay, now I had to play a stealth game. It looks like a chicken. It does look like a chicken. But it is like, I'm going to assume that it's a child that was burned to death, you know what I mean? Just to, because I think it is saying that a child was somehow burned to death in some way, and like this is the thing that is affecting them. And maybe even the reason why it's so terrifying to look at is because we're so aware of what happened to a child. So 317. Because the thing is, what? Hello. Oh, good. I can see in this thing. Son, is that you? Sorry, that's a pretty funny animation. That animation doesn't look scary so much as it is funny. But that's the creature that's been chasing me the entire time. Hey, hello. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Are you dead now? I guess it's dead now. But yeah, it's like this is interesting to see that there's like a fire in an apartment block, and like these are the ghosts of the children, almost like asking you to go and like visit your son, and, like talk about things and like deal things. That's interesting. But I'm hoping to God it's not one of those like annoying ass. Because again, anytime there's a stealth segment, I think to myself the game would be so much better without a single moment of stealth. Like, just let me play the game. Let me go see what the hell is going on in this place. Let me see the horror of what is happening. My son on his bed. Oh, Victor. No wonder you were broken. Victor. But you still refused to believe death would be the end. Instead, you set him free. You set him free. Yeah, this looks like a multi-degree burn. This is like a multi-degree burn issue. They're burned to death. And burns really affect you. People have this sense of like, burns aren't that painful, but really when you actually go through a burn, it's very bad. That's the Vostok tape thing, or like the container. The one that we had inside of a room even. This actually gives context to the box that we saw inside a room too. I forgot. But assuming that like that was the incident, because again, in that paper, it said that like an earthquake happened. It's not too crazy to think that maybe that like started a fire and that whole apartment block was on fire, right? Maybe multiple children like started to burn, or maybe that was our child in the wheelchair trying to give us the key and trying to get us to think about what is going on here. The Vostok procedure. During the moment of passing, there's a change of exactly 21 grams in the patient's weight. Yeah, this theory of like the soul leaving you, I forget what that thing was, but it's not your soul leaving you. It's like some of the process by which your body is changing, but it's not because it's your soul, but like there's something about you dying that like causes that weight to be lost. But I forget what it was. This has been theorized as a soul leaving the body. This is a real phenomenon. I don't know if this is like the exact weight though, but it is a real phenomenon that like people have seen. It's of utmost, or maybe it was the noise that you made. It's of utmost importance that this moment is captured by the neural recorder. Euthanasia is therefore needed to ensure the recording and the patient's moment passing are synchronized. Okay, so that's why you need this. At the moment of death, I need to kill them at the right moments and wait for their weight to fall apart and their neural stimulation to be off. Okay. Son, this is gonna hurt. I'm like, how the fuck do I work this thing? How do I do it? Okay, well that's the off position. I can turn it off by going here. 1, 2, off. Okay, well it's off now. He should be dying soon. Respiratory unit off. Cardiac support is still going. So he has no breathing. Sorry, he has no breathing, but his heart is still pumping? Like, that's crazy. Oh, just like power you down, I guess. It's not really a puzzle. That's just like, I don't know, remember the order? Sure, okay. Neural stimulation off. So yeah, that was not really a puzzle. That was a remember the order type of deal. This is also... It's not truly gone, Victor. Hit the cassette. Hold them in your arms, and you'll know. Backup neurological stimulation is activated. Removal of the neural cassette from the neural stimulation will terminate all remaining brain activity. Proceed only if termination is medically authorized. If I just leave without taking it, is that possible? So this is stimulating his brain, but if I take it out, it's now done. That's why it looks like a brain too, actually. Impressive. That such a small vessel can contain something as infinite as a soul. But a boy should not have to live his life trapped in a dream. This may have been all they could give you. But I have no such limits. Keep following the signal, Victor. That's how you'll find me. This cassette is the key. You brought it with you on this mission for a reason. Petro is still with you on your vessel, which is the monster. You just have to remember who stole him from you. Who stole him from me? Right, the cause of the fire. Whatever caused the fire. Either my negligence with the smoking or something else happened. The Matryoshka incident, however, is the Strata thing. Did we plant ourselves here to do this whole thing because of the connection with Strata and like what's been going on? Is that the reason why we're here? It recontextualizes what our character is up to instead of like why our character is even in on this trip in the first place. Oh, thank you. I have the key. Good. Express telegram from Stepan to Victor. You have to go home right now. All landlines, electronics out of order. Fires throughout the city. Can't tell you confidential details. I fear we have made a mistake. We have made a mistake I fear we cannot undo. Fires throughout the city, the fire, and the reason why he's talking to me is because we have been a part of this company since the very beginning. The company, the Vostok company. Interesting. Maybe we did plant ourselves, actually. Opens the torpedo room. Minor criminal history, just full citizenship, and he's married. He's 39 years old. Repairs and general maintenance. Okay. Is our job still the same? The key to your own cell. That's an interesting way to put it. Now, look. Citizenship, under review. Criminal history, unjust. What was my crime, then? And what mistake is this referring to? We have made a mistake that I fear we cannot undo. My criminal history is unjust. I feel like I have been unjustly lambasted for a mistake and treated as a criminal for something that was just a mistake. Find my son. Do whatever it takes to bring him back. And the geologist, is his the same? Yeah. His citizenship is a priority. Can I just hold this crystal? Communication vessel. Read this too. Only 2 messages. This is interesting. It's a very interesting game. I think the jump scare mechanic and like the way that it does things, like I just get so frustrated because I'm frustrated with the jump scares because they're so tedious in the way that you have to die and come back over and over and over. Whenever like it starts to happen again, I can't get myself immersed into it. I think to myself, what's the next slog that I have to go through to just be able to get to the good parts of the game, of like any horror game, which is the story and the experience of going through it, right? And it's so sad because the game had that moment at the beginning where it could have just kept it going. It didn't have to show you the monster. I mean, the first jump scare was really good. The second onwards, it didn't have to happen. And it could have just kept you on your toes, never really sure when it would happen. I actually find it even better that the anticipation is what would kill you versus the actual jump scare happening, okay? Again, it feels like a lot of horror games trap themselves into this idea of, okay, for pacing's sake, we have to do a jump scare here. We have to do a jump scare here. We have to do a jump scare here. And like, it's okay if in terms of pacing, but sometimes, like, you can get rid of that tension in like other ways, right? Again, that hostel scene, that hostel was a great example of like them being able to do it and executing well on the concept. The wheelchair moves towards you. You don't know if that thing is going to jump at you. You're still unsure of everything. There's an anticipation that is like eating away at you, that like makes you afraid of what's going to happen. But because it never happens, it doesn't make it any less scary. When you get into the room, you still feel the same sense of relief because now you're here with your son. And then when you go into that room, it's a confusing mix of feelings. That like mix of what is going on here? Why are these things happening? Why am I hearing all of these like noises? Why is all of this happening to me? And like that feeling of fear mixed in with the sight of your son, of like dying on the bed. It's an interesting way to lead up to that space. If I felt the fear there, I could see that segment working very well as a very sort of like scary place that is like an anticipatory fear that is then going to carry onwards to when you see your son. And it makes me wonder, why was that second jump scare ever added to the game? Because again, that first jump scare, I think, was a very narratively strong jump scare that I'm like, I don't want to see it removed. Like it's so good that it needed to be in the game to give you that like actual fear of like, oh god, the truth versus the safety, right? The second one is like, okay, I can kind of see the idea of like you breaking down doors in a rush to find your son, to figure out where they are and stuff. And maybe my unjust criminal past is because I terminated my son's life immediately versus waiting for that moment to happen. Maybe that's why. I don't know. It also makes me wonder how they failed to capture brainwaves if the person is hooked up to it at all times. But I digress. That's a weird plot point that I'm assuming is going to be explained later, or it might just be like a plot miss. I'm not really sure. But other than that second jump scare just kind of makes me go like, I don't know, what was the point of it? I don't know. It was an interesting replication of the feeling of having to find somebody at that moment, but like, you can do tension in so many different ways, right? I think jump scare tension, if you do it again and again and again, it becomes tedium. You have to do it very carefully. I would feel even more stressed if there was water rising and I had to like do it before I died or something, or like things were blowing up and I had to do it before the whole thing would like die. I would feel more tension there versus a monster chasing me because I'm no longer afraid. I'm just annoyed that the thing exists. It's such a genre problem that I've never seen a horror game truly escape it. Except for this game, which falls into its trap, it uses it very well, and also escapes it all in 3 different segments, one after the other. It's actually kind of impressive how this game has like all different shades of like the way that horror can be done, and the way that it lends itself so well to storytelling for these moments to give you the illusion of like these feelings as a player. It's so good, and yet it's so painful when it does happen because you're like, man, I wish you could escape the genre trappings even further. Like, I wish that the horror genre... Because you know how I said before, how, like, when you make a game, you can't have a game that's non-scary, all of a sudden be scary, right? It sucks that horror games have that genre trap of, if you're a horror game, you have to be scary. Like, I wish that there was a way to have a game where there's no genre. It just is. You have a scary moment here or there. You can then use the anticipatory fear. You can keep that going forever. You can just do things with it. You don't have to have like jump scares at certain moments to like clip farm for your game. You can just tell your story and play the game out with these puzzles and these mechanics in an interesting, immersive way, in an interactive way, in a way that only games can do, without having to debase the experience in like any form. I wish that was possible, but it never seems to be possible. Also, what if they messed with my neural recording of my son? Because Atari console, is this the same thing as like that thing? Because where is it? Again, I've seen this box at the very beginning and I was like, what is a Vostok? It looks like a grill. It's not a grill. It's my son. But where is my son? He must be in the freezer. But yeah, it's a good game. I'll finish it tomorrow though. I have no time. It's a really good game. The story is interesting. I like where it's going with it. It's just genre trappings. Genre trappings.